Go ahead and Hello and welcome, sports fans, to this live video streaming event from Table Rock Sports Productions in partnership with our local school districts and sponsors. I'm Jim McCoy along with Mark McLemore. Jared Thomas is on the camera. We're coming to you live from Florence. And we're at Siuslaw High School in Florence, Oregon, and we thank you for joining us today. Welcome to Lithia Superstore Game Night, powered by Siuslaw Cellular in Southern Oregon. Today featuring the Cascade Christian Challengers versus the Siuslaw Vikings. We're pleased to bring you this game on TableRockSports.net in partnership with the Grace Cascade Christian School District and our participating community business partners. Joe Brett is the executive producer for tonight's event. Our sponsors keep these events free for fans to enjoy. Please let them know you appreciate their support. Please help Table Rock Sports by subscribing to our YouTube channel. On YouTube, search Table Rock Sports and click on the red subscribe button. Thank you if you already have. We're about 8, almost 9 minutes away from the start of tonight's ball game. The Cascade Christian Challengers coming off a 41-16 defeat at the hands of the mighty Marist Vikings, the number 2 team in the Oregon 4A ranks at U.S. Cellular Field. Tonight, they'll go up against another tough opponent as the Vikings come in with an unblemished 3-0 record on the season and currently have the number 5 ranking in the OSAA Power Rankings. In spite of the defeat, props have to be given to the Challengers for not giving up in the second half of the game, showing some progress and improvement throughout the game. And in talking with the Challenger Brain Trust and the players on the team, they spent some time this week continuing to work the bugs out. Remember, this may be week 5 of the football season in Oregon, but in reality for the Challengers, it's really only week 3, 4 if you count the game over in Lapine that was stopped at halftime and will not count on their record for this year. I'm joined by Mark McLemore, and Mark, another big matchup, another big test for the Challengers tonight.
Well, absolutely. You've got a Siuslaw football team coming in with a lot of confidence after being 3-0 so far on the season, and you know, a Challenger football team that kind of got their clocks cleaned a little bit last week. So it's going to be a tough test for the Challengers to make sure that they're ready to play in this football game. One of the things that we saw last week, Marist, very physical, very athletic team, just really outplayed the Challengers in all aspects of the game. So tonight, hopefully the Challengers can sort of get their mojo back because, you know, it was a rough go last week.
Well, what was interesting about the game, Mark, it started off well enough for the Challengers. I have to think, okay, in reality, Marist was the bigger, arguably better team. And no matter what the Challengers did, probably the Spartans come away with a victory. However, the Challengers, by the same token, looked very competitive throughout the game. And if not for 4 turnovers in the contest, maybe at least the score is a little bit closer, and it didn't look as lopsided at halftime as it was.
Well, that's true. And it's one of those deals where, but when you play a football team that is mostly juniors and seniors, like we saw with Marist, and they execute their offense, they've been in the program 4 years, you can't make, like you said, those mistakes where you turn the ball over. If you make those mistakes, then they're going to make you pay, and they certainly did in that football game. And especially those kickoffs were the killers, where the Challengers never even got the football back. Marist was able to kick the ball off. It was recovered by them on the kickoff. The Challengers never even got to possess the ball offensively. And those two specific kickoffs were really sort of the daggers that happened early in the second half, and the Challengers just weren't going to recover from that.
All right, well, we're about 5.5 minutes out from the opening kick for tonight's ball game. We're over in Florence, and at game time, we're just off the coast. I don't think I had any idea where Siuslaw was. I thought, Siuslaw, Oregon. I've never heard of Siuslaw, Oregon. Heard of the high school. Then come to find out, well, it's in Florence, and at least for this old-timer, this is the first time I've been to Florence since I was about 9 years old, and I'm a little older than that now.
Just a little. Just barely.
But, yeah, it's great to be. The conditions are, as you can see, the skies tonight, they're clear, no smoke, and we do look at the flags off in the distance. There's enough breeze to keep them going up. It'll be interesting to see if the wind plays any part in tonight's ball game. We sure hope not, and it's a good night for football, and also for the Challengers, a good opportunity to take the lessons learned from last week's defeat at the hands of Marist and see if they've learned anything from it and get back on the winning track, because one thing we have seen from this Challenger team is there's the talent there to run with anybody.
Well, and one of the things we saw last week is I felt Keith Reed, he made a couple of bad decisions and threw the ball into some questionable areas, but he threw the ball much better, I thought, than he did the week before. So definite improvement in his throws, and just with the exception of those couple of decisions, I thought he made really good decisions with the football, and did a good job of getting the Challengers down the field. And then the first couple of drives, they just weren't able to cash in for points, and that just sort of made the situation worse. We talked about it a little bit on the way over. You've got to be able to have focus and execution against really good teams.
All right, we're going to go ahead and go to break right now. And when we return, we'll bring you Challenger football action here on Table Rock Sports.
Power Days at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up with a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from one of our largest inventories ever of new Jeep Cherokee 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back three-peat truck of the year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Get Ram Power Days special pricing on every new vehicle in stock only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love my team. I just want to play, but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.com.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Welcome back. We're just moments away from the start of tonight's ball game. The Challengers coming in with a 1-1 record on the young campaign, while the Siuslaw Vikings come in with a mark of 3-0 on the year. Victories to open the season against North Valley, 48-13, then shutting out Sisters 50-0, and then a victory over Gladstone last week by a score of 15-7. So really still early in the year yet. Really hard to really take much of anything away yet from and say, okay, well, this is going to be a strong football team, and they're really in high gear, or to say, okay, this team is going to be rebuilding, and wait till next year.
Yeah, you see what they have for starters, though. You're looking at down their list of starters, and most of these kids are seniors and juniors. So, there are a lot of upperclassmen for the Siuslaw Vikings, and based on their record so far, they've done a really good job of taking care of business against the other teams. One interesting thing to note, you called out that score, Gladstone 15-7. That was a very close ball game. And Gladstone played Marist just like we did, and Gladstone lost to Marist with a very similar score to ours. So you can if you just extrapolate that a little bit, I guess, is what I would say. You would think that this is going to be a very good matchup tonight against these two teams.
Absolutely. And then out at midfield, we see the captains for the Challengers, number 88, Austin Waits, number 70, Bryson Cannon, number 15, Keith Reed, and number 22, Tristan Wallace. They'll handle the coin flip. And Challengers in their road white uniforms this evening. The Vikings will receive the opening kick this evening. And I think of Brookings Harbor colors here. I suppose it's fitting that Siuslaw took the place of Brookings Harbor on our schedule in setting up tonight's ball game. And here we're out on the Oregon coast, and the Challengers in their white uniforms with purple numerals, getting fired up on the sidelines and getting ready to go. Thank you for joining this evening. Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon at 950 Royal Avenue in Medford have a wide range of eye care services for the entire family. Visit eyecaresouthernoregon.com to see how Dr. Brian Mitchell and his team can keep your family's vision clearly focused. Challengers getting ready to kick it away,
which is what they typically like to do. They like to kick the football and then play defense first, is what John Getman would prefer to do. So they got their wish tonight. Let's see if it pays off for them.
JT Knobloch wearing number 3, and last couple of weeks have been an indication not only will he be kicking the football tonight, but we could see a little bit of him in the Challenger secondary, along with a spot in the Challenger passing attack. Back deep to receive, Braden Thornton wears number 8. And number 5 is Camp LaCourtre. He'll take the opening kick. Gets out across the 20-yard line. Up to about the 25. Brought down by Bryson Cannon. And the Vikings start out with good field position to open tonight's ball game.
Yeah, and 25-yard line, about where you'd expect them to be here. Let's see if that Challenger defense, that's what they wanted to play first. Let's see if they can make a stop here and get the football for the offense.
Bo Erickson is number 10, the quarterback. Number 7 is Ian Sissel, listed as a tight end, but he's lined up in the backfield. We also have Braden Thornton out there. In motion is LaCouture, and he'll go into the backfield. Quarterback under center. First play from scrimmage. Camp LaCouture picks up 5 yards on the play. So a good play from scrimmage to open for Siuslaw.
And it looks like they're going to run with some tempo here as they're right back to the line of scrimmage. They started out in a spread, and they went to 2 backs in the backfield, sort of a power I formation for that first play. It picked up 5 yards.
Braden Thornton, the wide out to the near side of the field. Erickson, the quarterback. And nothing doing there as the Challenger defense stiffens up. Pickup of maybe about, we'll say, 3 yards on the play to bring up a 3rd and short. So this will give the Vikings a nice playbook to work with on a 3rd and short.
Yep, absolutely. And 2 receivers out, and again, see if they shift back. They've been shifting those receivers back in as blockers in a tighter formation right before the snap.
Chris Fleming in as a slot receiver to the right side.
And they do it again.
Quarterback under center. Hands it off. And it looks like this could be close.
I think they've got it by about a yard.
So that will move the chains. Fresh set of downs for the Vikings. Challengers come out defensively up front with Bryson Cannon, Matt Moses, and Austin Waits. Thornton goes in motion to the left side. They'll throw it out his way. He reels it in. Nice block there, and he'll run down the sideline. Ragu tries to stop him, and he'll make a cut to the inside. He is stopped by the challenger D, but not before he moves the football into the red zone.
Yeah, simple little bubble screen for him out there on the flat, and he takes off with it. Huge gain all the way down, it looks like, to the 15.
Vikings with early success, and that's set up by a nice block out there in the flat by the other Vikings receiver. Erickson out of the shotgun, and they're going to go ahead and go to the fly sweep. Challengers do a good job of reading it well. Ball's loose on the play. Challengers think they have it. Let's see what the officiating crew says.
And they have it.
And the Challengers get a break.
Yeah, nice job by the Challengers of coming up on the fly sweep and making a hit and getting the football back.
Yeah, turnovers giveth and turnovers taketh away, just the same way that the Challengers were moving the football on their first drive last week and had a turnover. Vikings looked like they were going in for a sure 6, and now they're bottled up, give it up, and now the Challengers are on offense with Keith Reed at quarterback. First down, they'll throw it out in the flat. With the catch is Brody Sample. Sample greets the chain gang as he's taken out of bounds.
Really close to the first down. Looks like he got about 9 on that play.
Challengers like going with those simple throws on first down, first play of the game. Get Reed in a rhythm. He was 15 out of 26 last week and threw for 260 yards. He threw a pair of picks, but he also threw for a touchdown pass. Challengers have Wallace in the backfield wearing number 22. Twins to either side of the line. Reed dropping back, gets a little bit of pressure, rolls right. And is he going to take off and run with it? I would consider it, and he does. And let's see what they give him for forward progress, but it looks from here like he made it.
Looks like he got about 6 yards.
So Cascade Christian and Reed showing good escapability there.
Yeah, looking down the field, didn't have anything, but he knew he could get the first down, so he turns it up and takes the first down and sets the Challengers up in 1st and 10 at their 29.
Peyton Maurer and Austin Waits to the left. Now coming in motion to this side is Brody Sample. Nice little read option play by Reed.
Did a nice job of reading the defensive end who came on the fly sweep, so he kept it and went right up the middle. Give him about 8 on the play.
So Challengers grinding it out here early on in their first possession of the ball game. Tyler Almacy will line up as an inside slot as Challengers go trips to the left. Reed clapping his hands together. They'll hand it to Wallace, and Wallace just pulls his way ahead for a first down.
Yeah, give him about 4 yards, and he gets the first down for the Challengers. And I like the rhythm and the tempo the Challengers are moving the football at right now.
The Challengers now up to their own 40. Trips to the left. Throw out in the flat to Almacy. Almacy gets some blocking. He's got running room. He'll streak up the sidelines, and he keeps his feet as he works his way into Viking territory.
Yeah, nice job by Almacy. Making a couple of guys miss and picking up 30 yards for the Challengers and setting them up down on the Siuslaw 30-yard line.
On the drive over here, you used a word that I think describes Almacy so well, elusive.
He is very elusive and does a great job that time of avoiding a tackle and picking up probably an extra 10 or 15 yards after the tackle.
Reed throws it out in the flat once again to Almacy. He'll pick up a couple of yards on the play. And a tackler on the play, Braden Thornton, defensive back for the Vikings. Pickup of 4 will give the Challengers a 2nd down and 6 as they work their way down to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, you can see the tempo the Challengers are using. They're doing a good job of getting a rhythm going, and Keith Reed's getting rid of the ball quickly on the passing.
Handoff now to Tristan Wallace. Wallace, who was really kept in check well by the Spartans of Marist last week, is having his way early.
Yeah, he is. He picks up about 10 yards, on that play, and another first down for Cascade Christian.
Challengers on the move here with 6:30 to go in the first quarter of play. Scoreless ball game. Reed surveying the line, looking to the sideline. Wallace joins him in the backfield. Reed drops back, has some pressure. Outlets for Wallace.
It's a screen pass. A nicely set up screen pass to Wallace. He's close to the first down, I think.
Looks like they got him just inside the 10. We'll call that maybe about a pickup of 7?
7 or 8 yards.
Challengers knocking on the door here in the first quarter of play, set up by a fumble by the Vikings. Throws left. That goes through the hands of Almacy. And that will bring up a 3rd down and 2.
First incompletion of the game for Keith Reed. And that one went right through the hands of Almacy. He probably should have caught that.
Peyton Maurer split out wide to the right, trips to the left. Almacy waits and sample. They'll hand the ball to Wallace. Wallace pounds it in.
Down to about the 2. A game of about 6, and the Challenger first down. 1st and goal now at the 2.
Not a very big game for him last week, but he did show us what he can do, gaining 113 yards against Wairika a couple of weeks ago. Once again, the hand to Wallace. Wallace is going to barrel his way forward. Touchdown, Challengers. Tristan Wallace gets the Challengers on the board.
From 3 yards out, and the Challengers with a nice opening drive right there. Took the ball right down the field and scored.
JT Knobloch in to attempt the point after. He will do so out of the hold of, I believe that's Reed. He's kind of hunched over, so it's a little hard to pick his numbers up, but Knobloch Scott.
And that was a really nice job by Keith Reed as that snap was low and in the grass, and he was able to get it down so Scott could kick it through.
So for the Challengers, they get on the board. We'll get you up to date here. It is Cascade Christian 7 and the Vikings nothing. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. For almost 50 years, Bill's Glass has been the clear choice in Southern Oregon. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass supports our schools and our communities. Fall sports leagues and activities for the entire family are coming your way from the Medford Parks and Recreation Department. Watch your mailbox or visit playmedford.com for the final activities guide. And you check that out and see what there is out there for you. Plenty of great things for the family to do. And we appreciate the support of the Medford Parks and Recreation Department. JT Knobloch getting ready to kick it away. Back deep to receive will be Thornton. And LaCouture. End over end kick. Get some good depth on it. Taking it about the 2-yard line. And Thornton has the football. He'll get it out to the 31-yard line, and that is where Siuslaw, who had a little trouble moving the football in their opening series, but the work's gummed up by a fumble.
Yeah, absolutely. They got a long 49-yard pass play to get them way down and deep in Challenger territory, but then on the next play, a fumble turns into a Challenger opportunity, which they cash in for the 7 points on their first drive.
Fleming in motion. Now their trips to the left side. James Smith also out there. You can see Jackson Turi, defensive force for the Challengers, lined up as a linebacker. Dropping back with him as Austin Waits, Tristan Wallace. Also have Cole Shields in there.
Challengers kind of trying to figure out how to defend this offense.
And good blocking. But right there, Camp Locatour, the 5'11", 170-pound senior running back, makes a nice pickup on the play of about 5 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 5. 4 receivers set. Erickson out of the shotgun. Completes the pass. Making the catch is Thornton. And that'll be enough for a Viking first down.
So about a 6-yard gain there, just enough for the first down.
So the ball now at the 42-yard line of Siuslaw. Smith, wearing number 17, is the outside slot. Inside slot is Reese Fleming. And out wide is Thornton.
And it looks like Siuslaw is one of those teams that likes to line up wide, spread the field, and then run the football. And that's what they've done so far. But the Challengers starting to figure that out a little bit. Nice play that time by the middle of that defensive line.
Locatour. Get one on the play.
Including big Matt Moses in there on the tackle.
He's in at the nose tackle spot right now. Defensive backs, Ragu, Almacy, rolling out wide, pass caught.
And that's that same out route that they ran earlier. And it looks like they're going to, just short of the first down. I thought they were going to give it to him, but it's just short.
Making the reception, Isaac Garza. Now we have Max Reynolds, so it looks like they'll vary up their receivers and substitute liberally there. On the 3rd and 1, Challengers do a nice job of closing in, but it looks like from here he may have the first down.
Yeah, I think he does. But again, the Challengers defense doing a much better job against those inside runs than they did earlier in this football game.
Siuslaw now in Challenger territory. Trailing 7-0 against the Challengers with 3:35 to go in the quarter.
They like to throw the out to their big receiver number 1 out here, and let's see if they come this way.
Dropping back is Erickson. Erickson looking over the middle.
Oh.
And there to break it up, Tyler Almacy.
Almacy with a nice play as he gets a hand in there and knocks the football away.
And Tyler, we talk about his offensive exploits, but he's been a factor defensively for the Challengers in that secondary.
Yeah, he's very quick, and he's a pretty sure tackler, and he's playing that safety spot tonight.
2nd and long. Erickson out of the shotgun, looking right, and overthrows his intended target. Pair of Challenger defenders, Sample and Wallace, in the neighborhood. Erickson looking for Max Reynolds.
Yeah, and we've been seeing that little out route. That was effective last week by Marist, is throwing the ball out to the sideline on a little out route. That time it was overthrown, but that seems to be where teams are attacking the Challenger defense.
Trips to the right for the Vikings. Erickson rolling out to his right, being chased by Shields. Gets some pressure. He's going to loft it up, and it's going to be almost picked off. Turi back there for the Challengers, along with Cameron Ragu.
Yeah, and there was no receivers in the area. That should have been picked off. Let's see what the Siuslaw decides to do here on 4th and 9.
We'll see how. I guess this is one of those, do you feel lucky today?
Well, you're kind of on the Challenger side of the field. You're down 7-0. Looks like I don't see any indication that they're going to punt the football here.
No.
Most coaches, when you're on the other team's side of the field, are willing to go for it. Little surprising, though, on 4th and 9. That's quite a ways. Maybe they're going to see if the challengers will jump offside, and if they don't, they might punt at that point.
We know of a team that's been known to do that.
They're going to go here.
Erickson throws the pass. It is caught. And the reception made by Camp Locatour, but it'll be short of the first down, so I guess you could say it had the effect of a very short punt.
Yeah, only about a 5-yard one.
Yeah, and again, you're in a really odd spot on the field, because if you have a punter kick it, unless he's got that Ethan Hoffman style ability to chip it and hit it dead, you might find yourself in about the same spot anyway.
And a nice play that time for the challengers by Liam Bonatti, who was right there to make the tackle and read that screen all the way, and he's the one that really caused it to not go anywhere.
Reed throws, completes to Almacy. He's got all kinds of running room, and meeting him there is Locatour. Good short gain by the challengers on first down. Pickup of 9 on the play.
Yeah, nice job by the challengers again, making good positive plays, especially on first down so far.
4 receivers set. We have Waits out there along with Sample, Almacy, and Maurer. Dropping back, looking to throw is Keith Reed. Tried to see if we couldn't get the track meet going, but
good coverage.
Pass off target. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 1. You know what's not bad about that play on? You still have a very,
manageable 3rd down. Yeah.
Right.
Good time to take a shot, and good coverage down the field that time by James Smith for Siuslaw.
And if I'm the challengers, I think maybe about a give to number 22.
Probably coming.
And there goes Wallace. He powers up the middle for a challenger first down. Yeah. Give a little credit and a little shout out to that offensive line for Cascade Christian. Daniel Nearing, Liam Bonatti. We also have Matt Moses out there, Jackson Turi, and Bryson Cannon.
Yeah, nice little hole that time. Good job by Tristan of just following his blocking and picking up the first down.
Ball at the 44-yard line, going to Wallace once again. Wallace will cross the 45 down to about that'll be about the 40-yard line.
Give him 3 yards on the carry. And the challengers doing a good job of mixing up plays so far. 8 running plays, 7 passing plays. So nice balance on offense as well by the challengers. And here's one of those different looks we see. 2 backs in the backfield for Keith Reed.
And we'll see how this ends up setting up. And
Keith Reed keeps it.
Reed up the field, and you could see, and he had me fooled. I'm looking right at Sample, looking at the handoff, and I thought, okay, Fleming read that all the way. But no, Reed took off with it.
And there's some kind of penalty going on here. A defensive holding, it looks like. I think we're really close to the first down, so... But a defensive penalty, I think holding is a 10-yard penalty, which would give us the first down. So looks like we're going to take the 10-yard defensive holding penalty, and that's going to give us a first down.
That'll move the ball down to the 30-yard line of the Vikings. Challengers on the move, leading 7-0, as you can see on your John L. Scott scoreboard. Reed out of the shotgun with Wallace behind him. Reed completes to Almacy. Tyler, short pickup on the play. But so far, I tell you what, it was a little bit of a bugaboo for him against Lapine, and maybe even a little bit against Wairika, as he only went 10 for 22. But last game we saw improved accuracy, and he's definitely on it tonight.
Yeah, he's making good reads. And doing a good job of getting the ball on his receivers quickly so they can run with it after the catch.
Pickup of 4, makes a 2nd and 6. Good play by Ian Sissel. Defensively, he had that picked out all the way. And the linebacker bottles up Wallace for no gain to bring up a 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, and so the first real long, 3rd and long so far for the Challengers tonight. See if they can come up with a big play here and get them another 1st down.
Reed looking left, completes to Sample. Sample has the football and an opening up the field. And the Challengers
all the way down to the 10-yard line. So an 18-yard gain on the little tunnel screen, they call that, to Sample. So a nice gain by him and a big 1st down for the Challengers.
Offensive coordinator Steve First, he's got it going on tonight.
Yeah,
everything he's calling is coming up aces. 1st and goal at the 10. 9 seconds left to go in the quarter. Reed hands off to Wallace. Wallace powers inside.
Fumble the football.
And a fumble. And off to the races. It's Siuslaw with the football. Siuslaw. And he's tackled by Sample. And that will mark the end of the first quarter of play. But a big play. Once again, it's Ian Siuslaw defensively for the Vikings. Your John L. Scott scoreboard shows the Challengers up 7-0. And we'll be back after this timeout on Table Rock Sports.
Your daily adventure at My Circle K. Whether it's some Monday motivation to kickstart your day, adding some crunch to your lunch, or fueling up for a road trip, your journey begins with My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
At 3 o'clock, Carter's campaign for class president will go live. His platform?
Thirsty for change?
Juice boxes for all. At 4, Liz will bid online and win.
Yes! Yes!
Which is why at 2, I'm down the street preparing for the storm. So no matter what, the show will go on.
It doesn't matter how old you are. Buying supplies for a road trip should always look like an unsupervised 9-year-old was given $20. Relive those days. Live life full circle. My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
Back here at Florence, and you talk about a game changer. One can't help but wonder if for the Vikings we have a game changer right here. Just as the Challengers continued moving the football effectively down the field, looked like they were ready to punch it in for another score. And then Ian Siuslaw, who had bottled Wallace up on an earlier play, ends up picking up the fumble and a long return, and now the Vikings in striking distance.
Yeah, and it looked like Austin Waits is coming off the field injured as well for Cascade Christian, and Cody Reese and company helping him off the field.
Cole Shields into the ball game. 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Erickson, the quarterback. Locatour and Siuslaw in the backfield with them. And the Vikings. He crosses the 5-yard line down to the 3.
Picks up about, they were at the 10, so he picked up about 7 on that play. 2nd and goal from the 3. Sneak.
Once again, they go in tight. They'll try to bring it in.
And get about a yard out of it.
So now it'll be a 3rd and goal. We'll say it's still about the 2-yard line. Big play for Cascade here defensively. And this time, the Vikings, they score.
Locatour on a 2-yard touchdown run. And boy.
Camp Locatour puts Siuslaw on the board. And now, will they? They're going to look like they're going to go ahead and try to seize the lead here.
Must not have a kicker, I would assume, anyway.
They'll go for two, and Locouture makes it in.
The Vikings take the lead, 8-7 on the 2-point conversion.
So now your score, it is the Vikings 8 and the Challengers 7. What will the Challengers do for an answer? We'll check in right after this on Table Rock Sports.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Sherm's Thunderbird Market has been serving Southern Oregon for over 50 years. We are thankful and proud to be able to say that our employees are like family, and we certainly couldn't serve Southern Oregon so well without them.
I love my job, and what better place to work than for the people who care about you and your community.
We really are treated more like family rather than just employees.
Our loyal customers make my job fun and more enjoyable.
Sherm's is now hiring. Go to our website to see what positions are available.
Well, a sure sign that it's fall. We're all in jackets now by the second quarter, and it's dark outside, so quickly times have changed. But fortunately, it is a really pleasant night out here in Florence as the Challengers take on the Vikings now. Trailing in the game by 1. Ball rolling on the ground. I think that the Vikings saw the troubles that the Challengers had last week. Decided to put that to the test, and Challengers do the right thing, fall on it, and they'll take over with good field position.
I suspect the Challengers worked on that a little bit in practice this week after last week and cleaned that up a little bit, basically telling anyone and everyone that if that ball's anywhere near you, get on it. And the Challengers do it there, and they have excellent field position because of it.
Challengers at their own 43-yard line, so only 57 yards to go to score. Wallace in the backfield along with Reed. Out of the shotgun, little pitch play. Wallace out to his right. He'll lower the shoulder. Nice pickup as he nears midfield. Looked like he picked up about 6 yards on the play.
Yeah, nice job. Good hard running by Tristan.
And again, I think after you've had a play like the fumble play earlier, you get that guy involved once again real early as if to kind of hit the reset button for him.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a little motivation for a guy like Tristan, too. He wants to make up for that mistake.
Reed fakes the handoff, and the reception by Maurer. Maurer pushed out of bounds at the 36-yard line, but not before he picks up as the PA guy does, Challenger first down.
That's right.
So Challengers on the move here in the second quarter. 8-7 ball game.
Some first quarter stats for you. Challengers with 124 yards of offense in the first quarter. Siuslaw with 86.
We figured this would be a pretty evenly matched game. Maurer with another reception. He'll go ahead and move it across the 35 up to about roughly the 32-yard line.
And the Challengers, if you're going to play off of people, they're going to take advantage of it, and they do again for another 8 yards. And right now, Keith Reed already thrown for 100 yards in this one.
No hesitation about dinking and dunking you to death if that's what you're going to give them.
Well, and I love how quickly Keith is getting the ball out to his receivers, giving them time to survey the field, make some moves, and get upfield.
Reed going to go ahead and take off and run with it, and he'll scurry upfield, picks up another Challenger first down.
Yeah, about 12 yards by Keith. He saw that they didn't have the pass out. He was going to do another jack screen out there to Maurer. Didn't have it, so just tucked the ball and took off.
Well, you've talked a lot over the years as the Challengers are about 8 years into running this spread formation that it's about decision making on every play for the quarterback.
Absolutely, and you gotta read the defense and give what they take what they give you, I should say.
Reed looking long, looking to the back of the end zone. Well, you had to give that one a go.
Well, and he didn't have anybody open, so that's a good decision by him. Just throw the ball where no one's going to get it.
Reed, one of his hallmark qualities, he definitely has a gun for an arm.
Yeah. Siuslaw, though, doing a good job of covering receivers down the field so far. Really haven't had a problem with that.
Single setback, Tristan Wallace. Look like we've got 3 receivers in tight, and now they'll go ahead and throw it. And the reception made by
Brody Sample, but it looks like it might be a loss of about a yard.
So that one tight, that'll bring up a 3rd down and long for the Challengers. Make that a 3rd and 11 at the 21-yard line of the Vikings.
Time to pull out something different here if you're the Challengers, something that Siuslaw hasn't seen.
And it looks like I've got JT Knobloch-Scott into the lineup. Split out wide to the right.
And Siuslaw calls a timeout. It didn't look like they had enough guys in there to cover the receivers.
So a timeout called. We'll take one as well. John L. Scott scoreboard showing the Challengers trailing 8-7. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Since 1991, Medford area residents have looked to Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon for vision care for the whole family. Specializing in optometry for adults and children, ECA uses state-of-the-art diagnostic tools to scan for health risks and get your prescription just right. Get your students a comprehensive vision check to ensure they have their best chance to learn and succeed. And look good while you see well. Specialists in our optical boutique have extensive styles on hand or can special order. We hope to see your family at Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon. Visit eyecaresouthern.com to learn more.
Waiting, even a few days.
3rd and 11. Reed rolling right, looking downfield, looking toward the end zone, looking for Austin Waits.
And I think he's out of bounds. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Challengers.
Whoa. Oh, nice catch that time by Austin. Just good thing he only needed 1 foot. I think the referees were down there saying, trying to figure it out. And it looked like he only got 1 foot in, and they finally decided to give him the touchdown. He did catch the football, got the 1 foot in. Looked like the second one was out, but remember in high school you only need 1 foot. So that's a touchdown. Challengers go up.
And now Challengers, they're going to go for 2. Have Wallace in the backfield. And it looks like we got Sample in the backfield along with Wallace. And they're going to go ahead and hand to Sample. Sample, though, tried to get out to the perimeter. Nothing doing there. So we will go to break now. Challengers reclaim the lead. It's a 13-8 ball game. We'll be back after these messages on Table Rock Sports.
Workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Since 1991, Medford area residents have looked to Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon for vision care for the whole family. Specializing in optometry for adults and children, ECA uses state-of-the-art diagnostic tools to scan for health risks and get your prescription just right. Get your students a comprehensive vision check to ensure they have their best chance to learn and succeed. And look good while you see well. Specialists in our optical boutique have extensive styles on hand or can special order. We hope to see your family at Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon. Visit eyecaresouthern.com to learn more.
Waiting, even a few days, to report a work injury or illness could cost you everything. But how do you know what you should do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Challengers reclaim the lead on a touchdown pass from Keith Reed to Austin Waits. It's a 13-8 ball game. Knobloch with another nice deep kick down to the 6-yard line. Thornton with it. He'll go ahead and go to the right sideline, and Bryson Cannon takes him down at the 35-yard line. And that is where the Vikings will set up shop.
Well, let's see if that defense can come up big here and make a stop and keep the Challenger lead. As last time they had to defend a short field, and the Siuslaw able to cash it in on the short field, and so now that Challenger defense, which was a little bit suspect last week, needs to step it up here and make some plays.
1st and 10. The Vikings line up with a pair of receivers to the left. Taking off and running with it is Erickson, but there to stand him up, Jackson Turi.
Yeah, I think if I'm them, I'm not running to Jackson Turi's side.
No, there's a few people that can attest to the idea that not the best course of action to take. Pick up a 1 on the play, or maybe about 2. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. Smith, the right receiver, wide left. They're going to throw it in the slot. Pass off target, looking in the direction of Braden Thornton. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 9.
Brody Sample was doing a good job of taking on the block and getting off of it. Would have been right there to make a tackle anyway. So almost good for Siuslaw. That pass wasn't completed.
Erickson, the quarterback, looking to the sideline. He's got Lakatur in the backfield with him. Twins on either side of the line. Erickson going to air it out. Looking long downfield. And
that was close. Just over the outstretched arms that time.
James Smith just about got there.
He almost got that. I'll tell you what, that was a good throw right in between the two Challenger defenders.
So it'll bring up a 4th down and 9.
Little surprised they're going to go for it here on this part of the field.
Makes you wonder if there's not signaling the fact that they don't have anybody to kick it.
Yeah, possibly. Or maybe they're trying to draw the Challengers off sides.
Well, there's that too.
And now they're going to call timeout and probably punt the football, which would be the smart thing to do in this situation.
We also want to give a tip of the cap not only to those that make Table Rock Sports possible, but also for Challenger Athletics sponsors. The title sponsor, or the the featured sponsor this year for Challenger Athletics, once again, is George Fox University, who are rated as one of the top values in the Western United States for private colleges. Number of Cascade alumni attending school over there, George Fox University. Thank you for your support of Challenger Athletics, along with other fine people such as Metal Masters and Reese Electric. Also, it's great local businesses that keep the games coming for you, like Sherm's Thunderbird and Food for Less, Avista Utilities, and Travel Medford, and the Southern Oregon Sports Commission. Live streams don't happen without our sponsorship partners. 4th down and 9. The Vikings at their own 36.
Well, and surprisingly, it looks like they're still going to go for it after the timeout.
So 4th and 9. Erickson dropping back. Pass complete.
And it's a 1st down for about 12 yards.
And Garza reels it in for a 1st down catch.
And again, that's that little out pattern we've been talking about. That's what's been open. And the Challengers, unfortunately, not covering the little sideline out. And another Challenger, or another 1st down, I should say, for Siuslaw.
1st and 10, near midfield. And it'll be Thornton with the football. He scampers upfield. Works his way into Challenger territory. And that'll bring up a 1st down and 10 for Siuslaw, trailing the game by 5 here in the early moments of the 2nd quarter.
And now the Vikings moving the football a little bit against that Challenger defense and mixing their play calls up. A couple of nice runs mixed in with some passes, and they end around.
Fleming in motion to the right side.
And a false start against Siuslaw. We'll give the Challengers we'll give the Vikings 1st and 15.
So they'll bring this one back closer to midfield. Ball now at the Challenger 45-yard line, 7:48 to go. Challengers with a 5-point lead. Erickson rolling right, looking downfield once again, making that catch. And the catch is made and taken at the 35-yard line.
And again, that's that same exact play. They just ran for the first down. They got another 10 yards. And I tell you what, the Challengers are going to have to figure that out because that's a constant theme. We saw that a little bit last week as well against Marist, taking advantage of the little sideline out pattern, and the Challengers not getting outside and covering that receiver on the outside.
Now Maurer moving to the outside, to the right side of the field. And rolling out, it's Erickson looking downfield, and it's picked off. Challengers with the interception. And that is Tyler Almacy.
Yeah, Almacy with the interception, but you know who caused it? Tristan Wallace coming on the linebacker blitz right in the face of Erickson. And I'll tell you what, he just unloaded that football and got shellacked by Tristan Wallace. So nice job by Tristan of really causing that interception. That was a poorly thrown ball, all because of the pressure that Tristan Wallace got on the quarterback.
Challengers 1st and 10 at their own 35. Reed out of the shotgun formation. He'll look right, swings a pass out, double pass to JT Knobloch, and the pass is nearly complete. And it looks like assistant Marty Mauer's looking for pass interference on the play.
Yeah,
not going to get the call.
And he got mugged on that particular play, I'll tell you what.
Well, you know one thing for sure, that with assistant coach Mauer, he'll get an earful. That'll be a point of discussion throughout the evening. Reed out of the gun. Almacy in motion to the left side. And they go ahead and taking off with it. Reed.
Gain of about 2, brings up 3rd and 8.
And the ball
Penalty flag thrown.
about at 37.
Indications are it's against the Challengers.
Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Cascade.
And we got a couple of people voicing their displeasure against with the officiating crew.
Well, and you can tell who it's on. It's the guy who's doing this out there on the field for the Challengers. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Yes.
And that's a 15-yarder, and that's a big, huge penalty on 3rd down. You just can't have that no matter what happens on the other side of the ball. You got to leave that alone because the second guy is always the guy that gets called, right?
Well, we see it all the time. Reed rolling to his left. Some pressure. Now he's going to take off and run with it. Reed runs toward the sideline. And we have a flag over on the sideline. Looked like it might be a late hit from here. So one flag goes the Vikings' way, and now that goes the Challengers' way. So that'll put it back now. That'll bring the ball up to the 46-yard line.
And be a first down.
So it's first down.
So Challengers with what I will describe as a tenuous 5-point lead. Good to see Austin Waits back out on the field, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's split out wide to the right. Reed throws it out to Almacy. He slips one tackler. And then we've got a little laundry on the play here.
Almacy taken down by Erickson. There's a penalty flag down. Illegal block in the back.
And a foul called against the challengers.
That penalty is assessed from the spot of the foul.
And I think it's going to be a 10-yarder. Oh, maybe it's 15. Yep, 15-yarder against Cascade Christian.
So that'll move the football back. Bring up a 1st and 27. What is going on?
Well, it should only be a 10-yard penalty. That's why I was trying to figure out what's going on. Remember, I said 10, and then they marked off 15.
Okay, we got it all straightened out now. Somebody must have heard you.
Yeah, I think so.
So it'll be 1st and 22.
They're still trying to figure out what's going on. Well, apparently the Siuslaw coach is questioning the penalty because he's the one over there seems to be talking in the referee's ear. And it's only a 10-yard penalty, I believe.
Oh, boy.
And they're motioning him back to the sideline. So I think this is their final decision, the 10-yard penalty.
Yes. Is that your final answer?
Exactly.
So 1st and 22 at the Challenger Zone 32. Reed dropping back, getting some pressure.
And I think that ball was tipped that time. It was supposed to be a screen to Brody Sample, but didn't happen.
And so they'll line it up and try it again. A 2nd and 22. 5:51 left to go in the half. As the second quarter has taken a turn for the surreal.
Well, not only that, it's taken a long time because both teams throwing the ball a lot more than they did in the first quarter. A lot more running of the football. Both teams kind of turning to the pass as neither one really being super effective on the run.
Now it's Sample with the football. He'll scamper, spin out of one tackle. So a nice little bit of nifty footwork by Brody Sample. The Challengers still have some yardage to make up, but Sample making a 7-yard dent in that.
Absolutely.
As the ball moves to the 40-yard line.
Well, and if you can pick up, at least half of this, you might consider going for it on 4th down with only 5 minutes left to go in the half. But you got to get a good chunk of it here.
Sample in the backfield, along with Reed. Waits in motion. Goes left. And a timeout called. John L. Scott scoreboard. Challengers up by 5. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with more football action on Table Rock Sports.
You're a coach or plan to be a coach. What kind of coach do you want to be? This?
Hey! What is that? Come on, guy! You're killing me!
Or this?
I love it. I love what I see. I don't care about the mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Guys making millions of dollars on Sunday, they make mistakes.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.org.
There's a time machine, not so far away, that takes you back to a world just a few streets wide, where wonder rules the day, and families are transformed, from the smallest bug-eyed explorer to that surliest know-it-all. So dive into the past and let them see the world through a simpler lens called Southern Oregon. Their adventure begins when you travel Medford.
Challengers on a 3rd and 15 at their own 40-yard line. Second quarter, 4:59 to go. Reed looking long, looking for Almacy, and he makes the catch.
What a great catch by Almacy.
Tyler Almacy, after all of the pandemonium back on the other side of the field.
Yeah, 27 yards on the completion over the middle, and Almacy took a little bit of a shot just after he caught the ball, but he's able to hang on to it. That's good toughness there by him.
Challengers come out with Waits and Maurer to the right. Reed going to air it out, and he really airs it out. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. He hasn't missed on many, but that one long.
144 yards passing unofficially so far in the first half for Keith Reed, so a nice half for him throwing the football. No picks.
Wallace joining him in the backfield. Reed hands to Wallace. Wallace has running room. And he'll have enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, nice cut by him right at the hole to the outside, and gets a nice 11-yard carry.
So that'll move the ball down to the 22-yard line of the Vikings.
And if I'm the Challengers here, I'm not in a hurry.
No.
4:08 to go in the half. You'd like to leave Siuslaw as little as possible on the clock, as remember the Challengers get the football back to start the second half.
Reed hands the ball to Wallace.
No,
Wallace.
He keeps it.
Nope.
He fooled you.
Yes, he did. But you know what? Given the result, I'll live with it.
Absolutely. I think it's another Challenger. Nope, it's not quite a Challenger 1st down. He gets about 8.
And like you're talking about, this will eat time off the clock. It'll keep it running. 2nd down and 1. Reed to Wallace he goes, but a good defensive play. We have a flag coming in late on the play.
Probably a hold based on where it was thrown.
The thing that makes it interesting to me, it seemed like it came in kind of late. But it is a hold against the Challengers. Just seemed like it was a little late coming in for a holding. I mean, if it's on a pass, that would be one thing, but on a run, you wouldn't necessarily expect that.
No, it's a 10 yards penalty, and it'll bring up 2nd down and about 13 for Cascade.
That on the heels of a good defensive play by the Vikings. Clock running again.
Vikings starting to load the box. You can see it here. Middle of the field should be open if they can throw the ball in the middle of the field.
And that's one way you do it. Complete pass to Brody Sample. Nothing but daylight. He outruns the posse for a touchdown.
As I said, middle of the field, right to Brody Sample for the touchdown. 25 yards, and the Challengers back on the board.
So Brody Sample, you dialed that one up. You can see you've been consulting with Tony Romo again.
There you go. I'll take that. Love to listen to Tony and do a football game.
And just to see that feel and anticipate what's going on. Now, JT Knobloch with a point after attempt. Kick is up. Right down Broadway, it's good. The Challengers up by 12. On the touchdown pass from Reed to Sample. We'll be back after these messages on Table Rock Sports.
RVTD means more for our community. Because of RVTD, every student has convenient access to the region's high schools to complete their education. Growing community support. RVTD.
gather and memories are made. Camp Rock Northwest Grill.
RVTD means more for our community. More people than ever are using the bus to access healthcare, improving the overall health of our region. Growing community support. RVTD.
Challengers now with a 12-point lead. Jim McCoy along with Mark McLemore and Jared Thomas. JT Knobloch kicking it nice and deep. And it is taken there by Lacatour. And he gets some running room, but the Challengers swallow him up right around the 30-yard line.
Looks like Ragu in there for the Challengers making the tackle.
Yes, well, we found out the hard way. Well, last week I heard Don Sample on the PA referring to him as Ragu, and I said, that really isn't his last name, is it? So today I made sure to ask Cameron before he took off. I said, so how do you, I think I've been messing up your name for a couple of weeks now. And he says, yeah, it's pronounced Ragu. I said, well, my apologies. And he says, that's okay. He gets that all the time.
Well, he's a good sport about it. We'll try and get it right from here on out.
Yeah, well, I think we'll be saying it a lot over the next 3.5 years.
Yeah, doing a nice job for the Challengers in all different spots.
Cole Shields having to come out of the ball game. And coming in will be Zach McKenzie Cook. First and 10. Vikings at their own 29-yard line. 2:58 to go in the half. And the Vikings go to the ground game.
Camp Lacatour on the run.
It'll be once again Camp Lacatour, who has been their go-to guy. He'll pick up 6 on the play. It'll be a second down and 4.
Ball just shy of the 35.
Ian Sissel now in the backfield.
And Siuslaw going quick now. They 2:33 to go in the half. They want to move this ball down the field.
Now we'll give that to Sissel, who's made some big defensive plays tonight. And here he makes a big play on offense. Ragu there to finish him off. As he moves towards field, he moves toward midfield.
And we saw Shields come off. He's right back in now for the Challengers, back to his linebacker spot.
First and 10, 2:09 to go. And you can see they're just going right up the middle without Lacatour there.
Yeah, and the Challengers have to get a little bit tough here. You know that's exactly what they're going to do if you're going to let them. And so far, the Challengers letting them here.
Austin waits there for the Challengers. Second and short. And Lacatour will pick up a first down for the Vikings.
Another 5 yards, and Lacatour running with some determination.
Lacatour been a provocateur against the Challengers this evening. A first down and 10. 1:31 to go in the half. Now it's Sissel with the football. He gets up a little bit of running room as he gets some blocking. Sissel
picks up another 5 yards. And you can see what they're doing. They're going double tight. They only have one receiver outside the box, and they're just running the football.
They'll go ahead and pitch to Lacatour once again. Chase to the sidelines. And that also kills the clock for the Vikings.
It's about a yard short of a first down, it looks like.
That's good enough for another Viking.
No, they're going to give it to him.
So the Vikings now down to the 32-yard line of Cascade.
Yeah, I have a feeling that the Challengers are going to call a timeout here shortly and have a little discussion about that defensive toughness.
Vikings driving. Minute 2 left on the clock.
Erickson dropping back, getting some pressure from Wallace. Nice tackle made by Ragu. Smith with the reception.
Picks up about 5.
About 6. Brings up second and 4.
Now 46 seconds left to go in the half. Strip receivers to the right for Siuslaw.
Clock running.
Erickson rolling to his right, looking toward there, and it's almost picked off.
Ragu again in the area, tipping that ball, almost picking it off, and incomplete for Siuslaw. They got kind of lucky on that one.
Incomplete pass will stop the clock with 33 seconds to go in the second. Now it's a 3rd and 6. Ball spotted at the 28 of the Vikings.
Ball placed down the Challenger's 26-yard line.
Make that Cascade.
And I have a feeling they're going to run the football here. Look at the formation. They're back in that tight formation. Let's see if they run the football to the right. Nope, they are going to throw it.
Erickson getting some pressure, rolling out to his right. Going to try to show some shiftiness there.
Erickson on the keeper is able to get out of bounds.
Yeah, it looks like he picks up about 15 yards, 15, 16 yards on the keeper.
4 seconds left on the clock.
And gets out of bounds as well.
So the ball spotted now at the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 with 24 seconds left to go in the half. Lakatur in the backfield along with Erickson.
Be a big stop for the Challengers if they can keep Siuslaw out of the end zone here.
Erickson rolling out to his right. Looking downfield, and the pass falls incomplete. Good coverage by Brody Sample. With the incompletion,
clock stops.
It is 19 seconds to go.
19 seconds to go. The ball at the 14.
Ball at the 14.
Second down, Siuslaw.
A touchdown for the Vikings will give them a big boost of confidence going into the halftime locker room.
And vice versa, if the Challengers can get a stop here, they should get a nice boost of confidence.
They'll go ahead and give the ball to Lakatur.
He didn't get a first down. The clock's going to run. Oh, timeout. There you go. It's about the only choice you have.
15 seconds left to go in the half. Again, our thanks to those who support Challenger Athletics. Our tip of the cap to ABBA Freight Systems. Also to Backwoods Embroidery and Wilson Equipment. Our Challenger Athletics sponsors account for about $70,000 in support to Challenger Athletics over the years. And you speaking, knowing this as a coach with the basketball program, that it's valuable. It's you know, all the things. There's a lot of expense in bringing sports every year, and this kind of helps make it go a little bit further.
Yeah, it certainly does, and it's really helpful for all the different athletic programs that Cascade, you know, they have a full gamut of athletic programs at Cascade, and you know, all to have all those programs takes finances, and we're just so thankful for the people that help out. We really are.
3rd down and 4, ball at the 10-yard line. The Vikings in the red zone. Erickson at quarterback out of the shotgun. Rolling to his right. Looking right. And the pass is complete. Touchdown, Siuslaw.
And again, they throw it in the corner to the sideline where they've been having success all night. Garza catches that one. It's a 9-yard touchdown and some big momentum for Siuslaw going into halftime here. 11 seconds to go.
Now the Vikings. Let's see what they'll do here. They went for 2 on their first score.
It looks like they're going to go for 2 again.
And I just get the feeling they just don't have a kicking game.
Yeah, I get that same feeling.
And if that be the case, that could get interesting if this is close down the stretch. Erickson hands it off. And Lakatur, 2-point conversion good to make it a 4-point ball game. 20-16 with 11 seconds to go in the first half of play. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with more here on Table Rock Sports.
If you're a coach or plan to be a coach, What kind of coach do you want to be? This?
Hey! What is that? Come on, guys! You're killing me!
Or this?
I love it. I love what I see. I don't care about the mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Guys making millions of dollars on Sunday, they make mistakes.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.org.
There's a time machine, not so far away, that takes you back to a world just a few streets wide, where wonder rules the day, and families are transformed, from the smallest bug-eyed explorer to that surliest know-it-all. So dive into the past and let them see the world through a simpler lens, called Southern Oregon. Their adventure begins when you travel Medford.
Locatour getting ready to kick it away, and again it'll be end-over-end kick, and Keith Reed there hauling in the pop fly. And the Challengers will get it at 33 with 11 seconds to go in the half.
Still with 11 seconds left.
And what will the Challengers do here? A conservative approach would be to maybe run one play and then let the half play out.
I doubt that's what we're going to see if I know Coach Gatman here.
I think you're right.
I would suspect that there will be an opportunity. Remember, the clock stops with a first down, so the Challengers, if they can get a chunk of yardage here, nope, they're going to take a knee. There you go. And that'll do it.
So that'll wind down the clock. Challengers lead at the half by a score of 20-16. We will take a timeout. When we return, we'll bring you our halftime show. Catch you up on the scoring thus far in the night. And then also all the halftime stats. We'll take a timeout and then we'll return with more here on TableRockSports.net.
Workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and DeVilleneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Since 1991, Medford area residents have looked to Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon for vision care for the whole family. Specializing in optometry for adults and children, ECA uses state-of-the-art diagnostic tools to scan for health risks and get your prescription just right. Get your students a comprehensive vision check to ensure they have their best chance to learn and succeed. And look good while you see well. Specialists in our optical boutique have extensive styles on hand or can special order. We hope to see your family at Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon. Visit eyecaresouthern.com to learn more.
Waiting, even a few days, to report a work injury or illness could cost you everything. But how do you know what you should do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and DeVilleneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Sherm's Thunderbird Market has been serving Southern Oregon for over 50 years. We are thankful and proud to be able to say that our employees are like family, and we certainly couldn't serve Southern Oregon so well without them.
I love my job, and what better place to work than for the people who care about you and your community.
We really are treated more like family rather than just employees.
Our loyal customers make my job fun and more enjoyable.
Sherm's is now hiring. Go to our website to see what positions are available.
It's halftime with the Challengers holding a 4-point lead at 20-16. Recapping the scoring from the first half, Tristan Wallace got things started for Cascade Christian with a 3-yard TD run. Point after attempt good by Knobloch to make it a 7-0 ball game. And that's set up by a fumble by the Vikings. Then Siuslaw turns right around Gets a short field off of a Challenger fumble. And with 11:15 to go in the half, Locatore scored on a 3-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion by Locatore is good to give the Vikings an 8-7 lead. Then it is Keith Reed, who's been having a solid night so far. 21-yard touchdown pass to Austin Waits. The 2-point conversion attempt, no good, and it's a 13-8 ball game. Then the Challengers went up by 12 as Reed connected with Brody Sample on a touchdown strike. Point after attempt by Knobloch good to make it 20-8. But Siuslaw draws close once again as it's Erickson with a touchdown pass to Garza. 2-point conversion good to give us a 20-16 ball game. Let's take a look at some of the scores from around Southern Oregon this evening as I pull this up on the Table Rock Sports scoreboard. In the 6A ranks, it is North Bend and Bend and North Medford going at it this evening. In that game, well, right now we've got, I'll bring you the Roseburg Grants Pass score. Roseburg leading in this ball game by a score of 36-0. Then we have Bend leading North Medford in the third by a score of 14-12. Elsewhere, we have South Medford at Sheldon. Sheldon trying to recapture some of their former glory. And while I'm looking that up, Mark, do you have the halftime stats for us?
I do. I'm just getting kind of wrapped up here, but I'm getting pretty darn close. Really tight, as you would expect. Both teams playing excellent football in that first half, and really the difference in the game has been turnovers. The Challengers just had the one turnover in that first half, the one fumble. Other than that, they played clean football. Siuslaw, on the other hand, a fumble, an interception, and a turnover on downs, and that's really been the difference. Is both teams have moved the football fairly well. It's just been the difference in the turnover so far.
All right, and then, of course, in this ball game, I also see right now that South Medford trailing in their ball game against Sheldon, 27-23. We also have the Crater Comets in action tonight, and I think if I saw correctly, tonight's their homecoming night. And right now, they're in a commercial break right now, so let's move on over here to Henley against Mazama. See if we can't get anything there. Well, I'm not having much success there, but why don't you go ahead and go?
Okay, I will.
If you're ready.
So, first for Siuslaw in that first half, they had 10 first downs, rushing the football 20 carries for 100 yards, so 5 yards a carry. They've been doing a good job on the ground all night. Erickson, so far in this football game, 8 for 16 for 104 yards passing with the one interception. And the Challengers, I think, if they're going to be successful in the second half, got to get more pressure on Erickson. That interception happened when they got some pressure on the quarterback. Siuslaw, 90 yards in returns, mostly from kickoffs, for a total offense of 294 yards in the first half. They had 3 penalties for 30 yards, 1 fumble which they lost, and they did also have a turnover on down, as we mentioned. So fumble, turnover on down, and an interception. Three turnovers by Siuslaw in the first half. For the Challengers, they also had 10 first downs to match Siuslaw in that first half. Rushing yards, 16 carries for 95 yards for Cascade Christian. Passing Keith Reed, 14 for 20 for 169 yards and no interceptions. The Challengers without any return yards, as the couple of times they kicked off, Siuslaw kicked those sort of squib kicks, and the Challengers were able to fall on them. Total offense for Cascade Christian, 264 yards in that first half. The Challengers with 2 penalties for 25 yards, and they also had a fumble which they lost when they were driving down in the red zone. Very unfortunate. They'd probably have a few more points on the board had they converted that. But really tight game. Statistically, really tight game on the scoreboard as the Challengers lead 20-16.
Well, and taking a look at the week of sports, the Challenger girls volleyball team returning to action and getting back on the winning track on Tuesday night with a sweep of Douglas on the road. So that was a good night for them, and now they'll be playing in the Cresswell tournament tomorrow up at Cresswell High School. Then the Challenger girls soccer team out of commission due to COVID this week, but the cross-country team got a couple of meets in. Leading the way for the Challenger boys, freshman Tan Landers picked up a PR in the Tuesday meet over at Bandon, and then had another nice run at the Crusader Invitational yesterday. Then Rose Hain for the Challenger girls had a nice outing on Tuesday. And then yesterday, it was Challenger freshmen that led the way for the Challenger girls. And it's kind of nice to see the Challengers now with a fully stocked cross-country program on both the boys and the girls' side. And looking forward to seeing what they accomplish as the season progresses. And meanwhile, the Challenger boys here on top of in this ball game by a score of 20-16. We'll take a timeout. When we return, we'll get you ready for the start of the second half. At halftime, it is the Challengers leading the Vikings by a score of 20-16. We'll be back after these messages.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Power Days at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up with a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from one of our largest inventories ever of new Jeep Cherokee 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back three-peat truck of the year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Get Ram Power Days special pricing on every new vehicle in stock only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love my team. I just want to play, but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.com.
We're moments away from the start of the second half. The Challengers leading by 4 in this ball game by a score of 20-16. We see at halftime that the Crater Comets and Willamette tied up at 7 apiece. Mazama cruising along in their game against Henley by a score of 21-0. And then next week the Challengers take on St. Mary's at home. And right now, St. Mary's, some tough sledding up at Myrtle Creek as the Lancers are beating the Crusaders 48-6. Then it is both North and South Medford are trailing in their games. The game over at Bend for the Black Tornado, a close one that the Black Tornado are trailing 14-12. Then it's 27-23 as Sheldon has the lead against the South Medford Panthers. So those are your scores from around Southern Oregon. Right here, Challengers up by 4. And, we saw turnovers end up being a key factor in last week's victory by the Spartans of Marist. And tonight, really if you will, the challenge for the challengers, the turnovers have been the difference once again.
Yeah, this time they've been recipient of 3 turnovers by Siuslaw to only 1 by the challengers. So they've taken advantage of them. They've moved the football really well so far tonight. Have not punted so far in this football game. So challengers have done a good job offensively. I think they have good offensive rhythm. They've been moving the football well. Keith Reed has been throwing it very well in that first half. He was 14 for 20 for the challengers. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the second half. I think we saw a little bit of what I'm expecting to happen is Siuslaw is going to come back to that running attack. We saw that a little bit at the end of the half where they were going 5 yards in a cloud of dust mode all the way down the football field there with about 3 minutes to go and able to stick it in the end zone right before the half. And I think they feel like they can run the football against the challengers. So that challenger defense better be ready for that, because I think that's exactly the way that Siuslaw will come out here in the second half. The challengers, on the other hand, get the football to start the second half. Be very good momentum to take back after that end of the first half to get the ball down the field and get it in the end zone.
Challengers are back to the sideline. Let's go ahead and take a quick timeout before we start with the second half. John L. Scott scoreboard showing the Challengers 20, the Vikings 16. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Gather and memories are made. Tap Rock Northwest Grill.
Both teams at their respective sidelines getting ready for the start of the second half. The Challengers will open up by receiving the opening kick. Both teams with success moving the football. Turnovers a key in this game, both ways. And I think, another thing you talk about the ground and pound of the Vikings,
yep.
But another thing is to see what they do with that short out pass that they just seem, like that's their bread and butter for their passing game.
Well, anytime they've gotten in second or third and long situations, they've gone to that basic out pattern. They bring the inside receiver out to the flat area, take the 2 outside receivers in that 3 wide receiver set, and that outside receiver has been open more times than not, and they picked up some nice gains when they've really needed them with that pattern. But I still think we'll see a lot more of them attempting to run the football right up the middle, as they did right toward the end of the first half, take advantage of what they think is their ability to run the football against this challenger defense. And so it'll be interesting to see who comes out with the momentum. Siuslaw sort of took it back a little bit there at the end of this first half. The challengers are going to be looking to take it back here to the start the third quarter as they get the football first.
And again, we want to recognize those supporters of Challenger Athletics, and that includes Kelly Connect for IT services and technical support for all of your business needs. Also, we want to give our thanks to insurance agent Harry Gerhard with Farmers Insurance in Central Point, a longtime supporter of Challenger Athletics. And then also, we want to thank Winters Electric and providing for residential, commercial, and emergency electrical services when you need them. And again, all of them play a part in the success of the Challengers athletic programs, and again, our gratitude for them. We're about 1:17 away to before we begin the start of the second half. Again, the Challengers will be at home next Friday night against St. Mary's. Then the following week, they're going to play a Thursday game And at first I thought, what are they playing a Thursday game for? And then I remember that the Ducks will be playing a game that week, a big game that week, and a lot of the folks at Springfield are also involved in the Ducks game. So
that's why that's happening on Thursday.
So they're going to do that, and then the following week, the Challengers will have their homecoming game against South Umpqua, and the way things are shaping up right now, that could end up being a battle for first place right there.
Well, it really could be. South Umpqua, as you mentioned, up big on St. Mary's in that football game, and a little bit of a surprise. Not that South Umpqua is winning, just by the amount that they're winning. And they gave us a good run for our money last year, especially in the first half up there at South Umpqua. So good news is we got them at home, but they're going to be a very good football team this year. A lot of those kids that played on that team last year that gave us a little bit of a run in the first half were sophomores and juniors, and now they have another year under their belt, and obviously, based on what they're doing to St. Mary's, a very good football team.
Well, and with all the struggles they have, in one sense, even though we're rivals, you have to kind of feel good for them that they're relevant again. Good rivalries within the conference make for good football and good competition come playoff time. So the Lancers will be watching with a good deal of respect. Lacouture, let's see if he does another short kick, and he's going to. Keith Reed saying, I got it.
And he fair catches it at about the 35-yard line. So Challengers will take the football at the 35-yard line anytime they can get it.
Infield fly rule in effect.
Yeah, there you go.
As the Challengers take over. Keith Reed coming out along with Tristan Wallace. Over to the left, it's Brody Sample. Tyler Almacy in the slot on his side. Over to the right, it's Peyton Maurer. And then Austin Waits. Austin Maurer saying, say what? And the ball loose. Pass.
Almacy catches
He
that.
catches it, but unfortunately it went the wrong way.
Yeah, that time the Vikings saw that coming and jumped the route. A little bit of timing issue that time for the Challengers.
So to bring up 2nd and 14, the Challengers have the football at their own 32-yard line. Wallace in the backfield along with Reed. And they'll hand it to Wallace. But it's Fleming with the stop. Good defensive play. Also there is number 54, Victor Ayala.
And you can see that Siuslaw has come out very fired up, and the Challengers right now kind of back on their heels and not really being aggressive at the line of scrimmage. So let's see what's going to happen here. Austin Waits sort of hobbling out to his spot on the field.
3rd down and 15. Reed looking left, right, and then left. And that goes through the hands of Sample. 4th down.
Yeah, not very inspiring set of downs there for the Challengers. 3 and out. They're going to have to punt the football here. And I tell you what, Siuslaw, after gaining the momentum at half, has got a big 3 and out, and we'll get the football right back.
So JT Knobloch in to attempt his first punt of the evening. And then back deep is Braden Thornton back at his 34. Knobloch gets away a big boot. And Thornton going to take off and run with the return. He's got blocking in front of him. And that looks like Bryson Cannon over there along with Tristan Wallace.
And a nice punt return, a 25-yarder. And Siuslaw in business now at the Challenger 42-yard line. Tell you, that's about as bad of a third quarter start as you could have if you're the Challengers. Now the defense is being called on right here to make a play, and I think Tyler Almacy has a bleeding issue, so he's going to have to come out, and somebody's going to have to go in for him.
So into the ball game for Cascade Christian. That will be
Luke Wilson, it looks like.
Wilson into the ball game. And it's Sissel in the backfield along with Locatour.
And like I said, Locatour right up the middle. I think that's what's going to happen. He gets another 7 yards. And I'll tell you right now that this game is going to turn if the Challengers don't stiffen up here.
Second and short. 2 backs in the backfield. Locatour trying to muscle it forward.
Another 5 yards for Locatour, and as I mentioned, I could see this coming at the end of the first half. This is exactly what they did against the Challengers, and what's the best way to beat a football team is to keep control of the ball, run the clock, and score points, and right now that's exactly what Siuslaw is trying to do. Keep control of the ball, run the clock, and score points. And they just think they can run right over the Challengers. And so far, here in the third quarter, they're doing it.
On first down, Sissel. A little change of pace. Stop made by Peyton Maurer. But another big chunky yardage on first down, and the Vikings completely controlling the line of scrimmage right now.
Absolutely. That big offensive line and those extra blockers, they basically got a double tight end set as they brought a couple of receivers in to block on the edges, and they are just taking over the line of scrimmage.
Pitch play to Locatour.
He's going to throw it.
And they look deep. And the catch.
It's a touchdown.
Made touchdown Vikings.
40-yard touchdown pass.
So the Vikings retake the lead in what has been a back and forth ball game. Now 22-20. And they look like they're lined up to go ahead and go for 2. Garza into the ball game. Split wide to the left. Sissel in the backfield with Locatour. And Erickson under center. He'll take the snap. Sissel. Challengers. And they score.
A nice hard run by Sissel as he bounces off a couple of Challenger tackles. And that's kind of been the story tonight in the running game. The Challengers not tackling. The first person is not making the tackle. They're bouncing off tackles. They're not closing down and making the tackles when they have the opportunities. And that shows it right there again as they get in the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
So your score, with 9:03 left to go in the third, it is Siuslaw 24, the Challengers 20. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back with more on TableRockSports.net.
Gather and memories are made. Tap Rock Northwest Grill.
So a little double pass there, Locatour to Fleming. After Locatour had got it from the quarterback Erickson. And then success by the Vikings on the 2-point conversion puts them up by 4 with 9:03 to go in the third quarter of play. The Challengers now with an opportunity to answer as they await the kick from Locatour. Once again, kind of pops it up. Reed is there. He'll catch it. Challengers will take it about their own 26-yard line. So the Challengers about as rough a possession as one could have to open the third, get a chance to right the ship, and if they can sustain it, try to retake this lead.
What's going on here? There's some sort of penalty. Is it offsides on Siuslaw on the kickoff? I think that's what it might be. And they're going to re-kick. So they'll re-kick from 5 yards back.
So Peyton Maurer moving up. Bryson Jackson in on special teams on the receiving unit. Ragu ready to come back in. Cole Shields.
Why? It looks like they're kicking from the 40 again. Why are we doing a redo? That's kind of weird. Maybe the referee didn't blow the ball ready for play, I'm guessing.
Your guess would be as good as mine.
Yeah, because there's not a penalty. They're still kicking off from the 40. So I thought it might be offsides on the kickoff, but the kick is still taking place from the 40. So
a do-over. Locatour looked like he's kind of doing infield with Keith Reed tonight.
Yeah, well, let's see if Keith decides to maybe run the football back this time.
Well, kick it in his direction. Reed calls for the fair catch, and the challengers will get it at their own 37.
Much better field position that time for the challengers. And let's see if they can do something on offense, because, boy, they need to answer that tough defensive stand by Siuslaw and then the quick score to put them up here. And it's time for a momentum switch if you're a Challenger fan. And let's see if this Cascade Christian team can figure it out here.
Reed with Wallace in the backfield. Going in motion is Sample. And Reed's going to keep it himself. And he's done a great job of selling that, but
I think there were 2 guys in motion. So, yeah, it's a legal motion against the challengers. So this one's coming back.
Unfortunately.
I think we had 2 guys in motion, I think.
And you'll get that from time to time when you got all the
moving pieces.
Movement, yeah. Pre-snap.
So unfortunately, it negates about a 13-yard run by Keith Reed, which would have given the challengers a first down. So let's see if they can overcome the penalty now and still pick up the first down here.
First down and 15. Twin receivers to each side.
And you can see Siuslaw stacking the line of scrimmage.
Sample and
Keith Reed with a short run. It's about 3.
So they'll bring up second down and 13.
13 for the challengers.
Cascade with the ball. Second possession of the second half. First one was a 3 and out.
And again, Siuslaw kind of crowding the line of scrimmage.
Reed going to drop back, look to throw. And did he catch it? Everybody's saying it's incomplete.
Everybody on the Siuslaw sideline is saying it's incomplete. He's got a catch, it appears. Oh, now they're deciding. They talked the referee into saying incomplete, which is ridiculous. They're not making the call over there. You're making the call as the referee. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
That'll bring up a third down and 13. Well, if you don't delay on making the call, that wipes all this nonsense out.
Well, they're all saying it's incomplete. They can't see it any better than you. You were standing right there as a referee. Make a call.
Third and 13. Reed dropping back, rolling right, looking downfield. He's got time. He's looking downfield, and Maurer is there. And pass interference against the Vikings.
Yes, it was. Finally, a call goes the Challengers' way, as it's definitely pass interference. And the Challengers will pick up a first down here. And boy, do they need it.
That was Thornton and Maurer jockeying for position there. Call goes against the Vikings.
First down, Cascade Christian.
Now the officials at midfield.
Pass interference call on the Vikings.
And that'll put the ball
Down for the challengers at the Viking 49.
at the Viking 49. (24-20) ball game. Challengers now with a fresh set of downs. Everybody in tight. And ball comes out loose. Not really sure what happened there.
Snapped. Big loss.
It's oh boy, unbelievable. The Challengers just continue to struggle here, as I think that Daniel Nearing was trying to snap the ball. It looked like one of the Siuslaw players was in the neutral zone, and it should have been an offside penalty, but it wasn't called, and so the Challengers lose 15 yards on the play.
Reed dropping back, completes the pass to Wallace. Wallace has some running room. He gets out past midfield and runs it up to the 47-yard line.
So luckily for the Challengers, he picks up about 18 yards, a nice little screen play to Wallace, and gets them back in third down and at least manageable.
So they'll bring up a third down and 7.
So third down now, and a player down, it looks like, for Siuslaw.
Looks like we have equipment malfunction.
So
Third and 8.
the Challengers go to their sideline.
47.
And we have a Siuslaw player, that was Avery Hart, come off the field. Now the Challengers come back out.
Third and 8.
And so far, this third quarter has been a nightmare for Cascade Christian, but they can sure make it better here by picking up another first down and working their way down toward the end zone.
Third down and 7. And Tristan Wallace muscles his way ahead down to the 45-yard line.
Give him 3 yards. Fourth down now and 5 for Cascade Christian. So I tell you what, big play right here in the football game. Challengers need to pick this up and keep this momentum going. Otherwise, Siuslaw with the ball right back.
Reed. Trip receivers to the right. He'll look to the sideline. Takes the snap, rolls right, looks downfield, looks long. He's got Waits down there. Waits makes the catch. Touchdown, Challengers!
They've got him down at the 1. They've got him down
He's
at the
close.
1.
Okay. Big play for Cascade on the fourth down. Not quite a score yet,
nope,
but a big play nonetheless.
A huge play. And Austin Waits somehow gets behind the receiver and all the way down to the 2. 40 yards on the play, and the Challengers set up first and goal now from the 2.
5:14 to go in the third. Reed hands the ball. No, he's going to hang on to it.
Touchdown.
And he's in. Keith Reed.
And now we got a penalty flag after the play.
A little discussion there going on between the officials. Flag coming in after the play.
Unsportsmanlike on the defense, it looks like it's going to be. So Keith Reed with the 2-yard touchdown run.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
And now the challengers to attempt the point after. JT Knobloch out of the hold of Keith Reed. And the kick is up. And it is good. Challengers retake the lead.
And a nice drive by the Cascade Christian Challengers and a big play on fourth down for the touchdown.
So the Challengers back up on top. It's 27-24. We'll be back after this timeout on Table Rock Sports.
Workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Since 1991, Medford area residents have looked to Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon for vision care for the whole family. Specializing in optometry for adults and children, ECA uses state-of-the-art diagnostic tools to scan for health risks and get your prescription just right. Get your students a comprehensive vision check to ensure they have their best chance to learn and succeed. And look good while you see well. Specialists in our optical boutique have extensive styles on hand or can special order. We hope to see your family at Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon. Visit eyecaresouthern.oregon.com to learn more.
Waiting, even a few days, to report a work injury or illness could cost you everything. But how do you know what you should do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Kick it off for the Challengers.
So the Challengers back on top in this one, 27-24. 5:04 to go in what has been an interminably long third quarter. But the Challengers, if you're a Challenger fan, taking some of the edge off of it by picking up a touchdown.
And the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty is going to be marked off here. That happened after the touchdown, and so the Challengers will now kick off from the 45, the Viking 45, which JT, I would think, can put it in the end zone fairly easily from here.
He'll kick this thing to Yahats.
I would hope so. But let's see how it plays out.
So somebody sitting on the beach tonight, hey, where did this come from? JT going to give it a good solid boot.
He almost got it through the uprights.
Well, I tell you what, it's good to see him after he had that ACL injury during basketball season about a year and a half or so ago, and have him back in full swing and not only contributing with his leg, but also contributing with his hands as well and doing some pass coverages on top of that.
And we see the Challengers out there. Looks like Luke Wilson still playing safety right now.
He's getting some direction from Almacy. And if there's one guy on the team that makes Almacy look big, it's Wilson. On first down, and I tell you what, initial contact is not bringing these guys down.
No, both these backs have done a great job of running hard with the ball. Sissel this time with a 6-yard gain on first down.
5'10", 200 pounds. Picked up 6 on the play. And
that time the Challengers with a stop. Finally.
Good play there. So the Vikings find themselves in a third down and 2 to go with 4:23 left to go in the third quarter of play.
And I'll tell you, the rest of this game is going to be who's going to be more physical, because you can see Siuslaw lining up in a tight formation. They're just convinced they can run the football against Cascade Christian, and the quarterback sneak is going to net them 5 yards and a first down.
Well, they just get such a push.
Yeah, the big offensive line doing a good job of pushing the pile and picking up enough yardage for the first down.
That'll move the football up to the 32-yard line of Siuslaw. Clock continuing to move with 3:54 left to go in the third. Erickson, the quarterback, and it seems like it's been forever since he's thrown the football. but he hasn't had to. On first down.
4 yards in a cloud of dust there.
About 3 by Camp Lacouture.
Now Lacouture has been the workhorse.
7 for the Vikings. Ball just passed.
Well, and you know what they're going to do is Siuslaw at some point is going to fake it to Lacouture, pull the ball out, and throw it. So you can't get too many guys up in the box because you're never going to be able to stay with that passer down the field.
Second down and 7. Thornton in motion to the left side. And running with it, fleet of foot there is Erickson.
Left side.
And he'll pick up a Viking first down.
For another Viking first down.
Option play that time, first time we've seen that. Erickson on the option gets 10 yards and picks up another first down for Siuslaw.
So the ball spotted at the 45-yard line of Siuslaw, who trailed the game now by 3. Lacouture and Sissel in the backfield. Now Erickson going to drop back and look to throw, looks downfield, and the pass falls incomplete. Looking for Thornton. Out over the middle.
And good coverage that time. The Challengers still able to get back into their pass coverage on that play and break that up and bring up a second down and long here now. And timeout called by Cascade.
So a timeout called with 2:32 left to go in the third. Challengers lead 27-24. We'll be back after these messages on Table Rock Sports.
Seen a new way to achieve the highest level of savings. Peak Rewards. The Peak Rewards app is your roadmap to savings wherever your journey takes you. Simply by using our mobile app, you can shop for a mountain of savings in any of our convenience stores and fuel up for less. Just download the Peak Rewards app, register, find participating stations and stores near you, and start saving. With Peak Rewards, you can travel further for less. So what are you waiting for? Download Peak Rewards today and find a location near you.
Challengers working on some answers defensively against this Siuslaw team who's had success moving the football, especially in the ground game here in the second half.
JT Knobloch out there now playing one of the safety spots.
He's in there in the secondary along with All Macy and Sample. And right now, a good stop. Jackson Turi with the penetration to bring up a third down and 10.
Yeah, nice job that time. As one of the first times in the game, Lacouture has not gained any yards on a running play.
Sissel coming out of the ball game. So will Noah Dotson.
Third down and long now for Siuslaw. The first time they've really been in third and long this half. Let's see what they decide to do here.
They'll come out with a 4-receiver set. Erickson rolling out, getting some pressure downfield.
And we talked about it. Put some pressure on Erickson. That time, Challengers do a good job. Tristan Wallace with the pressure. And he's got to get rid of it. Now that brings up 4th and 10 for Siuslaw. Nice job by the Challengers making a couple of plays and putting Siuslaw in 4th down. Now they got to one more play. They got to do one more play and get the football back.
1:46 to go in the third, and we haven't seen them, well, other than kickoffs, kick anything tonight.
Nope.
And it looks like they're going to go for it here.
Big play in the game again. Remember last time they went for it on 4th down, they made it with one of those out patterns, and they're going to call timeout.
Timeout called on the field with 1:46 to go in the third. Your John L. Scott scoreboard showing the Challengers on top by 3.
Minute 46.
We'll be back
The third quarter.
in 60 seconds.
4th and 10 from their own.
Your daily adventure at My Circle K. Whether it's some Monday motivation to kickstart your day, adding some crunch to your lunch, or fueling up for a road trip, your journey begins with My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
3 o'clock, Carter's campaign for class president will go live. His platform?
Thirsty for change?
Juice boxes for all. At 4, Liz will bid online and win.
Yes! Yes!
Which is why at 2, I'm down the street preparing for the storm. So no matter what, the show will go on.
It doesn't matter how old you are. Buying supplies for a road trip should always look like an unsupervised 9-year-old was given $20. Relive those days. Live life full circle. My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
Big fourth down play. 4th down and 10. Siuslaw at their own 45. 1:46 to go in the third. Sissel in the backfield along with Erickson. Lakatur, a slot receiver to the left. Erickson takes the snap, gets some pressure, gets the football away, and it's tipped away.
Austin Waits doing a nice job from his linebacker spot of dropping deep and knocking the football away. Probably would have been completed had he not got a hand on it. So a great job by Austin, and the Challengers get the football back. A turnover on downs by Siuslaw.
And keep in mind, this is a guy playing hurt right now. He got hurt early in the ball game, and you know he's not at 100%, but big play there by Austin Waits gives the Challengers a short field.
Big defensive stop for Cascade Christian. And now the offense comes out to put some more points on the board, hopefully, for the Challengers.
Challengers, 4 receivers set. We have Maurer and Waits to the right. Almacy, and I believe that's Sample out to the left. Reed along with Wallace in the backfield. They'll hand to Wallace. Wallace, good blocking in front of him. And he powers ahead down past the 40-yard line up to the 39.
5-yard carry for a nice first down play. Put him in second and manageable here. And
Wallace will go ahead and come out momentarily. Looks like Sample will now line up in the backfield. JT Knobloch into the ball game as a wideout. 1:05 and counting in the third. Challengers up by 3. Movement along the line.
And offsides, it looks like, against Siuslaw, as they're, always like that when the fourth, near the end of the third in the fourth quarter, the defense gets, going on the snap count because of the way that the Challengers clap their hands together before the snap. And you got to do that every once in a while to keep them off balance, and the Challengers get a first down on the penalty, the 5-yard offsides penalty by Siuslaw.
And as the public address man would say, that brings up a Challenger first down. Reed. Now looking at the sideline. Ragu into the game as a running back. Reed looking left, now looking downfield. Oh, by himself. Touchdown, Cascade Christian.
35 yards from Reed. Wide open in the end zone. You got to love it, is Almacy. And there's nobody near him. That's the old fake bubble screen and throw to the blocker up front. And Almacy with the touchdown. Nice play by the Challengers. Good call.
So Cascade Christian gaining a little bit of needed separation here. Reed with, without a doubt, his best night of the season.
Yes.
Point after attempt by Knobloch is good. And the Challengers take a 10-point lead. John L. Scott scoreboard, 38 seconds left to go in the third. We'll be back after this timeout on Table Rock Sports.
Power Days at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up with a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from one of our largest inventories ever of new Jeep Cherokee 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back three-peat truck of the year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Get Ram Power Days special pricing on every new vehicle in stock only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love my team. I just want to play, but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.com.
JT Knobloch with the long kick.
And it ends up in the end
zone.
Nice kick.
Well, that takes some of the adventure out of that.
Yeah, we've had a few adventures in special teams tonight, too. So good job by JT kicking that one in the end zone. And now he goes back to play at his corner spot.
So Challengers now up by 10 in the ball game.
And did a good job right there of getting a stop and taking the momentum back by scoring a touchdown. So let's see now if they can continue that momentum.
Well, and it's at this point, a little insurance like that will do them a lot of good. And
still a whole quarter of football to go, though.
Yep. Nothing safe against these Vikings. On first down, Erickson pitches it. And it's Lacouture.
And he gets, I think, a first down. Looks like 12 yards there for Lacouture on the option play.
After Erickson got nailed in the backfield, but he got rid of it at just the right time.
"12 seconds left. Let's see if they get this play off.
Erickson out of the shotgun now.
They're not going to get it off.
And that will end the third quarter of play. Cascade Christian now with a 10-point lead. We got another quarter of football to go. And a very good Viking team looking to strike back. Don't you dare go away. We got more football coming up in 60 seconds.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Yes. And we're getting ready to begin the fourth quarter of play. In 6A action, Sheldon leading South 41-37.
Oh.
So that a close one up there.
It's a ball game.
And we got one of those over here.
Yes, we do. Challengers up 34-24 to start the fourth quarter.
Erickson, short, quick drop. And Garza with the reception.
Gets a nice block, gains about 7, where it brings up.
He'll pick up
2nd and 3 for the Vikings.
About 6 yards on the play to bring up a 2nd down and 4. Go to the ground game.
And
Challengers somewhat limit the damage there.
2 yards for Lacouture. I think the challengers have kind of figured out what they've got to do to make Siuslaw throw the football. And I think they're trying to do that because they've seen that Siuslaw has not been all that effective throwing it. Much more effective at running it. Third and it's short. What they've done before is quarterback sneak. I could probably tell you that's what they're going to do again.
Challenger faithful here in attendance, making good use out of the metal bleachers. And looks like there's enough there for Siuslaw to pick up a first down.
Their 11th first down on the ground. They have definitely been doing the ground and pound in this one.
They sure have. And why not? It works for them. Vikings at their own 42. And here comes Wallace closing in, a little wobbly wounded duck.
That he should have dropped, but he caught for about, it looks like Garza caught it for about a 3-yard loss.
So that'll bring up a second down and a long. Second down and 12. Smith out there split wide to the right. In the slot is Reese Fleming. In the backfield, Rakatur, along with the quarterback, Erickson. He'll roll out to the right and looks for Smith. Smith, though, we've seen this happen a time or two ourselves, where he started to take off before he had the ball, and he left it behind.
And that's that little pass out in the flat again, wide open for Smith. He just has to catch the football, and he doesn't do it.
Looks like we have one of the Challenger assistants talking with JT Knobloch, the defensive back on that side, about handling that play. Raguv, number 5 in the ball game. Third down and 12. Motion man is Thornton. Challenger fans, though few in number,
making some noise right now,
are a presence this evening. They'll go ahead and complete the pass out to Thornton. Thornton eludes a tackler, and he is brought down. That is Austin Waits with the stop for the Challengers.
Gain of about 9. Brings up 4th and 3 for the Vikings.
You know they're going for it here, 4th and 3.
Yeah. 10 minutes left to go in the ball game. Bryson Cannon coming out. And Matt Moses coming in.
And Bryson, I think, has a little bit of blood or something on him they're trying to clean off.
9:49 and counting. 2-back set. And Rakatur picks up a Vikings first down as he's brought down by Almacy, but not before he moves it up to about the 43.
And that time he bounced it out. That's the first time he's done that. He's generally trying to run between the tackle and the guard. That time he bounced it out. And that Challenger defensive front is taking a beating by that big offensive line of Siuslaw. And so far, hanging in there, keeping the Challengers in this one.
1st and 10. And I tell you what, you just look at this moving pile.
Nice game.
And another nice big chunk of yardage there by the Vikings.
And that's Siuslaw on that carry. Siuslaw.
Pick up a 5 on the play. Ball at 39. Siuslaw with another carry. He'll get a little bit of forward momentum, but the Challengers wrap him up. Jackson Turi on the bottom of that pile. And it's a 3rd down and 5. So it's still a good open playbook for the Vikings.
Well, the good thing for the Challengers is regardless of what happens, that clock is ticking. 8:28 to go now, and it's still a 2-score game.
They'll go ahead and hand it to Rakatur,
Gets outside.
and he'll move it down to the 25-yard line.
That's enough for a Viking first down.
And he picks up about a 15-yard carry there. And they continue to run the football right at that Challenger defense.
So they'll temporarily stop the clock as they reset things. Now it's going again.
Cascade 24. First and 10.
Ball at the 24. Now it's Sissel, the lone setback, with Erickson, the quarterback. Rakatur in motion. Thornton, outside slot. Erickson rolling out to his left, looking downfield, tries to duck the pressure, and he's run out of bounds.
Goes down out of bounds.
He'll still end up getting maybe about 4 out of it.
At the 18-yard line.
195 yards rushing now for Siuslaw in the night.
Second down and 5 for the Vikings. After the Erickson keeper.
Now they've ran it a lot of They've ran a lot of plays to get to that 195, but that's still a lot of yards rushing.
Pass complete out to Thornton.
Thornton on the reception.
And
out of bounds at the 7-yard line.
Looks like that may give him a first and goal.
That's enough for a Viking first down.
Just outside, looks like it's at the 11-yard line, or 12-yard line maybe. But another first down for Siuslaw.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line for the Vikings.
Hand.
Lakatur off the right side.
Lakatur. Challengers. Limit that. Austin Waits there along with Tristan Wallace. Clock running with 7 minutes to go, and it's a 2-score game. So this approach.
Not for long if Siuslaw keeps it going here. Challenger defense stiffen.
And now we got Erickson with the football. He'll go ahead and go the other way with it, and he scores.
So Erickson with the 11-yard touchdown run on the bootleg. Nobody home for the Challengers. And that takes Siuslaw over the 200-yard rushing for the night.
So now Siuslaw within 4, but if they do what they've been doing all night long, they'll go for 2 here. Two-back set. Motion man is Thornton. Thornton has it. Tries to go to the outside. And he makes it.
I don't know. That was awful close. Hard for us to tell from here, but I'm not sure that he actually got in. But they give it to him.
6:42 left on the clock here in the fourth quarter.
So your score now, Challengers up by 2, 34-32, with 6:42 left to go in the ball game. We hope you're enjoying our TableRockSports.net website, one of the top live streaming sources in the nation for high school sports. Our outstanding website was created and is managed by Paradox Media. A big TR Sports thank you to all our friends on the pond. Also, the Southern Oregon Sports Commission is joining the OSAA and putting out the call for officials for all high school sports. A great way to stay in the game and earn some extra money and ensure our student athletes get the chance to compete. Please contact your local officials association to learn how to get the stripes on and get in the game. Challengers now leading just by 2. Plenty of time left with 6:42 left to go.
Well, if you ever wanted to keep the ball and score some points, run some clock, now would be the time if you're a Cascade Christian.
And once again, Challengers anticipating, I'm sure, Keith Reed, who's seen a lot of the football tonight. is probably looking for it once again. Now they're going to kick it up the middle. Wallace will get it.
And Wallace will run it back, so that might be a mistake on their part.
Tristan Wallace.
All the way out to almost the 40-yard line. So the Challengers with great field position to get some more points on the board here and kind of put this one away if they can get a drive going and pick up some points.
So the Challengers come out with Keith Reed at quarterback. Tristan Wallace in the backfield with him. Receivers are Austin Waits, the big number 88, along with Brody Sample to his side, Almacy, and Peyton Maurer out wide to the right.
And it's been a great football game, no matter what the outcome here. Both teams fought hard, and I'll tell you what, it's been a nice game.
Little option play there by the Challengers.
Keith Reed keeps it.
And he gets it across the 40-yard line up to about the 42. And that'll keep the clock running, which they want to do at this point.
Absolutely. Both teams with 2 timeouts left.
Reed. Shotgun. Almacy in motion. And in this case, not sure what was supposed to happen there, but I can tell you what did happen is Keith Reed dropped by Avery Hart.
And brings up 3rd and 10.
So this will bring up a big 3rd down and 10 play for Cascade Christian, who will now come out with trips to the left. They have Waits, Almacy, Sample, and then Maurer.
Big play in the game here.
To the right.
And the Challengers call a timeout.
5:15 left to go in the ball game. Challengers with a 2-point lead and a timeout called. And again, we take opportunity to thank those who support Challenger Sports, including State Farm agent Russell P. Brown in Medford. Also want to take time to recognize Dorner Enterprises, transportation brokers in the Rogue Valley. And then also our thanks to Precision Electric. And all of them, big part of what keeps Challenger Sports going. And now the Challengers, with 5:15 to go, just up by 2, and a 3rd and long.
And the Challengers with about 360 yards of offense running and passing so far in this one. Siuslaw with 370 yards running and passing in this one. So both teams very similar, stats very close, as is the ball game here in the 4th quarter.
Reed, Wallace behind him. He'll take the snap, looking left, has time, looks for Waits, he makes the catch, Challenger 1st down.
Nice throw, good catch by Austin Waits, and a big 1st down for Cascade Christian. About 15 yards on the play, and Challenger 1st down. More importantly, they can run some more time off that clock.
Big guy who's come up big in this game.
Got 2 touchdowns already in this one.
Reed looking to the sideline. Wallace, the single setback. They'll give to Wallace. Wallace lets his blocking set up. Probably got about a couple of yards out of the play.
Short 2 brings up.
They're stopping. Why do they stop the clock?
I'm not sure. That doesn't make any sense.
Viking 46.
Now they got it going again.
Yeah, I don't know why they stopped the clock. That's very convenient for Siuslaw, though. They probably gained 10 seconds on that one.
Reed taking his time.
Now, don't get conservative if you're a Cascade Christian. You got to go win the football game.
2nd and 8. Reed throws it. Pass complete to Macy. There he is being elusive again. Actually, that is Brody Sample.
Brody Sample for another first down for the Cascade Christian Challengers.
Sample showing, hey, I'm fast too.
Yeah, nice job of catching the ball first and then turning it upfield for a nice first down.
And that keeps the clock moving with 3:53 to go. Challengers down to the 35-yard line of the Vikings. Keith Reed looking to the sideline. And he'll go ahead and keep it. Stumbles ahead. Looks like he'll get it close to there to the 30-yard line. Maybe about a pickup of 4 on the play. Cole Shields will check into the ball game. Tyler Almacy comes out.
Cole Shields kind of comes in as a second tight end when they do that. And you can see him kind of on the end of the line for the Challengers.
6 foot 205, gives him a little extra beef. Wallace
sort of slips as he tries to make a cut. No gain on the play.
2:39 and counting.
Another first down would be huge here for the Challengers. Siuslaw would probably have to use their timeouts if they can get another first down here.
Almacy back into the ball game. No doubt 4-down territory here. Reed. Little play action. He's looking downfield. And the ball picked off. Interception by Thornton. And a tackle made by Brody Sample. And Thornton, the man who got the interception.
He's cramping, I think. And so the first turnover of the second half by the Challengers, a big one, as Siuslaw gets the football back first down at the 32, at their own 32. So that Cascade defense is going to be asked to make a big play here.
The ball is placed at the Viking 32, where they'll take over 1st and 10.
We'll go ahead and take a timeout.
Seen a new way to achieve the highest level of savings. Peak Rewards. The Peak Rewards app is your roadmap to savings wherever your journey takes you. Simply by using our mobile app, you can shop for a mountain of savings in any of our convenience stores and fuel up for less. Just download the Peak Rewards app, register, find participating stations and stores near you, and start saving. With Peak Rewards, you can travel further for less. So what are you waiting for? Download Peak Rewards today and find a location near you.
Sure.
So the Vikings have it their own 32. 1:57 left to go. Well, one thing at this point, I don't imagine we're going to see a whole lot of running, maybe beyond this play at the most. Erickson under center. And they're going to go ahead and hand it off. And they get that good push that they've been getting all night. Picked up about 3 yards on the play. Clock running with 1:37 to go. Erickson rolling out to his left, looking downfield. And the catch is made by Garza.
And there's that sideline pattern again. Guards on the sideline for 12 to 15 yards all night long. The Challengers have been giving that up.
So it'll bring up 1st and 10. Vikings at their own 46 with 1:29 to go.
if you're the challengers, you got to start guarding that sideline, not letting guys open on the sideline. Let's see if they can figure that out here.
And the pass complete. Looks like that may have been
That's Garza. Or Thornton, you're right. It's Thornton. My bad.
I'll give him a couple of yards on the play. It'll bring up second and about 8. 1:24 to go.
And you know where they're going to want to throw the ball. They have already shown they want to throw it on the sideline. So if you're the challengers, cover that sideline.
Lacouture going in motion.
Garza's got it around the end.
And he runs down the sideline. And out of bounds. That'll stop the clock with 1:19 to go.
And he picked up about 10 yards actually on that play.
So they'll spot the ball.
And the challengers take a timeout.
At the 44-yard line. And we will do so as well. We'll return in 30 seconds.
Gather and memories are made. Tap Rock Northwest Grill.
At Siuslaw, the Vikings have the ball, trailing by just 2 with 1:19 left to go in the ball game, and they're in challenger territory.
And it's a nail biter. We thought this was going to be a close game. We talked about it on the way over, and I'll tell you what, it's been a close game. And right now, the challengers' defense is being asked to make a play. Keep the Vikings out of the end zone, and it's going to be quite a finish. We can tell you that for sure with 1:19 to go, and the challengers up 34-32.
Erickson with Sissel on the backfield with them. 1:19 to go. And Erickson throwing it over on the sideline. They'll go out of bounds.
Steps out of bounds, stopping the clock.
And that's Thornton over there. Just picked up a couple of yards.
And, of course, every time they step out of bounds, that stops the clock. So 1:15 to go. Second down and 8. Ball now at the 42.
Those little 2-yard plays are not getting them a lot, though. But if you're the challengers, you want to just keep everything in front of you. No big plays here.
Rolling out is Erickson. Erickson looking downfield.
The pass is caught by Cameron.
And the pass is caught. The tackle made by Sample. That's to keep the clock. Why is the clock stopping?
It's a first down.
Okay.
That's good enough for a Viking first down.
I didn't think he had it, but
I didn't either, but they gave it to him.
Erickson rolling out to his left. And he's looking downfield.
He's run out.
Erickson on the keeper.
He is taken out of bounds. 54 seconds left.
And it looked like he picked up about 2 yards.
2-point ball game. They haven't kicked all night, and I don't think that's even going to be a
option
consideration. So it's all about keeping them out of the end zone.
You're missing that truck key. It's a General Motors truck key. Come up to the press box and claim your truck key. Check your pockets.
So second down and 7. Ball at the 31.
And they're adjusting the clock, I think, to 55 seconds as the clock started when the chains were set, and it should not have started. Okay, here we go. Now it's 54 seconds.
Sissel comes out of the ball game. So now it'll be Lacouture in the backfield along with Erickson.
It's time for the challenger defense to make a play here.
Erickson, a little pitch
and there's
play.
A play right there.
And that's Cole Shields.
Cole Shields with a huge stop in the backfield and timeout. The last timeout I think, for the Vikings.
So that'll bring up a third down and about 13.
Quick timeout called.
And we'll go ahead and keep it right here. 47 seconds left, 2-point ball game. But really, again, what it's all about, it's about that 38 that's on the two numbers, 38 on the scoreboard, and then that 47 left on the clock.
Yeah, it's really about that. And the Challenger defense, it's 3rd and long, too, though. So the Challenger defense right here is in good position. Again, keep things in front of you. Don't let them throw the ball over the top. Rally to the football and make a tackle. If you have a chance to make a tackle one-on-one, like you just saw Cole Shields do, you've got to make the tackle. You can't let them get by you. Make them go to 4th down here. Keep them short of the 1st down. Make them make a play on 4th down.
And the Vikings come out.
Actually, the Vikings, it looks like, may have 1 timeout left, too, still. So 1 timeout, 47 seconds left to go, at least according to the clock.
They got trips to the right. And Erickson rolling right, but pressure from Turi. He's looking downfield, looking long, and it's picked off. Wait a minute.
No, touchdown.
Touchdown. It looked like for a minute Almacy had it. But the Vikings score.
Yes, they do, from 35 yards out. And I tell you, there was 2 plays. This is one of those that's going to get reviewed by the coaches because Turi lets him outside on that play. If he doesn't let the quarterback outside, the play never happens. And you saw the jump by Tyler Almacy. Just he didn't mistime his jump and he missed the football and it's caught for a touchdown. So a couple of really close things that the Challengers do differently there, and that play doesn't happen. But unfortunately for Cascade Christian, the 35-yard touchdown happens, and now it looks like they're going to go for 2.
4-point ball game. And as the Vikings go for 2.
Does not look like they got it. No good.
So the Challengers.
Still a 4-point lead, though. Doesn't really matter.
So now, something I don't think over the years, and you and I, Mark, have been doing this a long time, that the Challengers have found themselves with an opportunity to grab a last-second win, trailing by 4.
Well, and I don't think they have any, and I don't think they have any timeouts left either. So this is going to be tricky for Cascade Christian, with only 37 seconds to go.
So Challenger Brain Trust talking things over. Challenger returners, and now for the Vikings on this play, it'll be all about trying to eat up time and try to keep that clock running. And limiting anything that Cascade can do. So Racketeur gets ready to kick off. Most of the night he's been kicking it right to Keith Reed. Last play, Tristan Wallace.
I would expect him to kick it deep here, but we'll see. I don't know why you'd want to screw around with this, but he doesn't. He kicks it out of bounds, which is actually a benefit for the Challengers. They get the ball at the 35. And no time runs off the clock, so that's not a good play on their part.
So here we go, Cascade Christian. One more chance. Not a lot of time to do it.
Well, and unfortunately, it's 4 points, so you need a touchdown. A field goal does you no good here.
Challengers come out with trips to the left. Inside slot is Sample. Outside slot is Austin Waits.
Remember, the clock stops anytime you make a first down, so you'd like to throw the ball past the first down marker every time.
Reed dropping back, looking to throw, looking downfield, and through the hands of Waits.
Ball's incomplete to number 88, Austin Waits.
That burned about 4 seconds, and a down. Reed getting a play from the sideline.
Second down and 10. 33 seconds left in the game.
He had Austin Waits there, just a little bit out in front of him. I don't know if Austin quite turned his head in time to really see the football go by him.
Reed takes the snap, looks left, and now he looks downfield. Sees Waits, catch is made. He steps out of bounds at the 30. And 24 seconds left to go.
At the 33-yard line of Siuslaw.
Well, we're going to get a chance to throw a ball in the end zone here. If I'm Cascade Christian, I'm trying to get about half of it right here. Get half, put yourself in position to take a couple shots at the end zone.
Reed with Walsh behind him. Keith gonna uncork it. It's way deep
and way out of bounds.
That pass sails out of bounds.
18 seconds now left on the clock. Second and 10. Challengers down at the 33-yard line
18 seconds
of Siuslaw.
Keith Reed has thrown for 320 yards in this football game. I think that's his first game over 300 yards.
He's had a good night of work. He'll come in from the sideline with instructions from the coaches. Reed takes the snap. Looking out there for Austin Waits. And it looks like they keep him in bounds.
Clock should not be running while the chains are being set. Hey. That's terrible clock. The clock operator ran the clock the entire time while the chains were being set. So hopefully they'll get this fixed. Challengers clock the ball with right now just 1 second left on the clock.
Final play.
And that is such a bunch of garbage.
Let's make some noise.
There should be about 12 seconds left on the clock. They should have 2 plays here, but instead they've got 1. So the ball's at the 18-yard line, 17-yard line.
17. Reed at quarterback. Wallace in the backfield with him. Reed looking left. He's going to take off and run with it. I see a penalty flag.
Tackled short of the end zone. There is a penalty. There is a flag being
Holding against Cascade. And that'll be it.
Vikings win.
Final score, Siuslaw 38 and the Challengers 34. We'll be back after this timeout on Table Rock Sports.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bills Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Power Days at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up with a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from one of our largest inventories ever of new Jeep Cherokee 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back three-peat truck of the year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Get Ram Power Days special pricing on every new vehicle in stock only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love my team. I just want to play, but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.com.
Back here in Florence, the Siuslaw Vikings run the record to 4-0 after a 38-34 victory against the Cascade Christian Challengers. Big back-and-forth game. For starters, Tristan Wallace scored on a 3-yard touchdown run, point after attempt by Knobloch Good to make it a 7-0 ball game. Then in the second quarter, Lacouture scored on a 3-yard touchdown run of his own. 2-point conversion was good by Lacouture to give the Vikings an 8-7 lead. Then with 9:12 to go in the half, Keith Reed connected with Austin Waite. The 2-point conversion no good to make it a 13-8 ball game. Then about 6 minutes later, it was Reed again going to the air on a scoring pass, this time to Brody Sample. The point after attempt by Knobloch Good to make it 20-8. Then just before the half, it was Erickson drawing his Vikings close on a 9-yard touchdown pass to Garza. 2-point conversion good to make it 20-16 at halftime. Then early in the third quarter, Lacouture scored on it was Erickson with a toss to Lacouture. He threw a touchdown pass to Fleming, and the 2-point conversion was good to make it 24-20. You kind of had a feeling that was one of those key moments when the Challengers sputtered on their opening drive of the third quarter. That'll breathe some new life into the Vikings. But the Challengers got back on top. Reed with a 40-yard touchdown pass to Austin Waits. Point after good to make it 27-24. Then the Challengers, late in the third quarter, Reed, another touchdown pass to Tyler Almacy. Point after good to make it 34-24. Then in the fourth quarter, Siuslaw would retake the lead. Well, actually, they would draw within 2 as Erickson scored on an 11-yard touchdown run on a bootleg play where he just ran all along. Good play calling there by the Vikings. And then with 37 seconds left, it was Erickson with a 35-yard touchdown pass to Lacouture. The 2-point conversion no good. Challengers unable to come up with the answer. And that is our final score of 38-34. Mark is just about almost done with the final stats on the night. We'll give him some time to finish up on that. So we'll go to break here, and then we'll return with our final segment of the night here on Table Rock Sports.
RVTD means more for our community. Because of RVTD, every student has convenient access to the region's high schools to complete their education. Growing community support. RVTD.
Gather and memories memories are made. Tap Rock Northwest Grill.
RVTD means more for our community. More people than ever are using the bus to access healthcare, improving the overall health of our region. Growing community support. RVTD.
We're wrapping things up for tonight's broadcast. A close game, and it would appear that the stats reflect that as the Vikings rally from 10 points down for a 4-point victory. And here's Mark McLemore.
Well, I'll tell you, it was one of those games that you felt like the last team with the ball was going to win. And yet somehow the Cascade Christian Challengers couldn't get the ball in the end zone in their very last possession. But they only had 37 seconds on the clock to go 65 yards, and they just couldn't get it done as Keith Reed gets tackled at about the 10-yard line, and the Challengers lose. But I tell you what, it was a really, really hard-fought game. Both teams played really well, and the stats show that. First for Siuslaw. They end up the game with 20 first downs, and they ran the ball 43 times for 220 yards. So a heck of a night for them rushing the football. And really, Erickson did a good job throwing it as well. He was 18 for 30 for 229 yards. So between the two of them, running and passing, they had 449 yards of total offense. They had 115 yards on kickoff returns and punt returns for a total altogether of 564 yards of offense for Siuslaw tonight. So the Challenger defense gave up a lot of yards, especially on the ground, and I think other teams are going to take note of that going forward. So, it's going to be, let's see if we can get a little bit tougher up front and get those linebackers flowing to the football a little better. But definitely a learning experience, giving up 220 yards on the ground tonight by the Challengers. Penalties for Siuslaw, they had 5 penalties for 60 yards. They did lose 1 fumble. They had 2 turnovers on down. So altogether for Siuslaw, they had 2 turnovers and downs, a fumble, and a pick for 4 turnovers in the football game tonight. The Challengers did a good job of creating some of those, but just couldn't come up with the last defensive play. You saw it if you were watching the game. The Challengers had a chance to get the quarterback before he threw the football, a chance to tip the ball away from the receiver. Football, they say, is a game of inches. Well, it certainly was tonight. Mm-hmm. And the pass gets completed for a touchdown, and Siuslaw wins the football game. So that happens, and the Challengers will definitely learn from that. For Cascade Christian in this football game, they had 16 first downs, running the ball, 28 carries for just 107 yards. So kind of a rough night on the ground for that Challenger offense. However, Keith Reed with a terrific night throwing the football, 22 for 32 for 337 yards. He did have 1 interception, but other than that, very clean game for Keith. I thought he made good decisions with the football, put the football on guys. We've seen definite improvement with him as the season has gone along. He's continued to get better. But 337 yards passing tonight, great job by him and the Challenger offense in the passing game. So, mentioned it, Siuslaw 449 yards running and passing. The Challengers 444 yards running and passing. So very close offensively for both teams. Return yards, Cascade just 20. Total offense for the Challengers, 464 yards. They had 3 penalties for 30 yards, did Cascade Christian, and they did lose 1 fumble back in the first half. And they had 1 interception. So the Challengers with 2 turnovers, Siuslaw with 4. You would think that would bode well for the Challengers, but unfortunately they come on the short end of the stick tonight of this 38-34 ball game.
So with that, the Challengers go to 1-2 on the season. But this, again, a game where the Challengers can look back and take a lot of good things away from the football game. And obviously there will be things that they will continue to work on. I think definitely have made strides since last week. And they'll just continue to go forward. Now they will go back to the drawing board, take away the lessons from tonight, and also look to build for next week as they take on the St. Mary's Crusaders at home. And that game will, again, be broadcast here on Table Rock Sports. So we welcome you to join us for that game if you can't attend. And once again, it's always fun when a couple of old crosstown arch rivals, particularly 2 private schools, get together like that. Our final score here, it is Siuslaw 38, the Challengers 34. For our executive producer, Joe Brett, our cameraman, Jared Thomas, and for my partner, Mark McLemore, I'm Jim McCoy. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we look forward to being with you once again soon.